Clock on today. Coming up, at what cost? Growing fears the U.S. is on the verge of recession as Americans struggle to pay for food, rent, and gas.
In short, the worst is yet to come, and for many people, 2023 will feel like a recession.
What new numbers out today could mean for you, and what's fueling the economic pain. Then, leading the way, a closer look at a new way of helping kids in need.
Was it you that changed or the system that changed?
Both. It was both. It seemed like a new system.
How one state is reimagining its foster care system and leading the way for other programs. Plus, blend it like Beckham. Victoria Beckham in Studio 1A, the former Spice Girl, here live to talk about her beauty and fashion empire, the lasting legacy of her Supergirl group, and what life is like with her all-star family. And maternal instinct, the heartwarming story of a firefighter on maternity leave caring for a crash victim just hours before giving birth.
My first thoughts as her chief officer was, you're on a maternity leave, you should not be here.
She's here live with her growing family to deliver the full story. Today, Thursday, October 13th, 2022.
Celebrating my dad's 75th birthday from Tucson,
Bear Gals, on a mother and son road trip from Hampton, Virginia. Today is our 10th anniversary.
Celebrating 30 years of marriage.
From Chickasha, Oklahoma.
Today is my 50th.
It's Mom's first trip to New York City.
At 88 years young.
After 40 years of watching Today,
Mom finally made it to New York to celebrate 60.
on my favorite show.
All right, now, Hoda, you have a very special morning boost today, right?
Oh, it's so good. Okay, a mother's love knows no bounds. One woman in Maryland is being hailed as the ultimate example of that devotion. Pregnant and involved in a wreck, 9 months pregnant, she ignored her own needs and rushed to the side of a crash victim, only to give birth soon after. A heroic story this morning. Megan Warfield went from caring for a crash victim to giving birth all in the span of 24 hours. Last week, Warfield and her mother were driving home from her late father's annual Memorial Golf Tournament in Baltimore County when they ended up in a multi-vehicle crash. A car in front of them flipped over, trapping the driver inside. That's when Warfield, 9 months pregnant, but also a firefighter by trade, jumped into action without hesitation. Holding on to the injured woman and keeping her calm, Warfield waited by her side until more help arrived.
I arrived at location and I saw Megan on the ground. My first thoughts as her chief officer was, you're on a maternity leave, you should not be here.
But then her own labor pains began. She was rushed to Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, where just hours later, baby Charlotte was welcomed into the world, healthy and with a hero as a mom.
So when she wants to excel and she wants to do good for others, she steps right up and does it. And this was a prime example of something like that.
Okay, here's a bonus. That amazing firefighter, new mom, Megan Warfield, is here. Megan,
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, 10 days ago, you got to take us back for a second. You're 9 months pregnant. There's a crash that happens, and you're jumping into action.
Yeah.
Did you think for a moment, in that moment, like, wait a minute, I don't think I can do this right now?
No. It was a wild Monday to start.
Yeah. I mean, you were in the accident yourself.
Yes,
You remember the impact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we got hit a couple different times. And once everything kind of just calmed down, I looked at my mom, made sure she was okay, kind of did a once over. I was all right. And told my mom, like, shut the car off, pull the brake, and I got to get out and see what's going on. So I got out and kind of stopped some traffic, and I thought like that was going to be really extent. And then the car was overturned, so I realized that there was someone trapped inside. So I went over and I started to like crawl in, and then I realized like, good Lord, you're 9 months pregnant. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah. So I kind of backed out. I had someone call, 911. Kind of just held her in place because I couldn't really tell what type of injury she had or like how stuck she was. So kind of just held her in place, reassured her, and waited for the additional resources to get there.
When she was getting cared for, then you realized, wait a second. I think something's happening to me right now.
Yeah. So when I guess the adrenaline kind of started to chill out, I started to like shake and started to get some abdominal cramping. And my boyfriend said, I think we should definitely get.
Let's just point out, when help arrived, your boyfriend, also a firefighter, was one of the responding people to the scene. And someone said to him, did you know Megan's here? She was in this accident?
Yeah, he was responding from home, because as volunteers as well, that's what we do. The pager goes off, and it was right up the road from our home. So he responded, and he's a paramedic, so he immediately hopped in the medic to see what they needed.
Well,
and then when someone mentioned,
you got your
here's
crew
Josh
here.
now. There's Ellie and Jameson.
Come.
6
Hi,
and 5,
guys.
and new baby Charlotte, CJ, and Josh. So Josh, help us pick up the story from here. You see Megan, she's been in an accident, she's responding to the scene, and then you noticed, wait a minute, are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, I was a little thrown at first. The call had just came out that there was a motor vehicle accident with rescue, and when arriving, they pulled me into the first medic unit, asked for some assistance. Somebody else jumped in and said, hey, did you check on Megan? She was in the accident also. So I had my way over there, and she was standing there talking to some of the guys that had performed the extrication at that time off of the squad from our station 21. And we were talking, and I was like, you all right? She's like, yeah. And she was shaking a little bit. And, my general concern when I heard was, wow, she's in an accident, and she's pregnant and due, in the next week or so. So we went ahead and got a medic to also check her out, which at point we agreed that she should go and get checked out at the hospital.
And how long after that did you give birth?
23 hours.
23 hours later.
And here comes little Charlotte.
Yeah.
Wow, she was a little bit early.
Yeah.
So maybe this nudged her a little bit. You think so?
Yeah.
Can you imagine the story you're going to tell her when she gets older?
She probably won't believe it.
She'll be like, wait, Mom, are you kidding me? Wow.
Well, she is super sweet. Guys,
Thank you.
Ellie and Jameson, do you like your new little sister?
Yes.
What does she do mostly?
Lays around on the couch.
Around, I bet she drinks a lot of milk and sleeps a lot too. Jameson, do you love her? Yeah.
Are you proud of your mommy and daddy? Yeah, they're heroes.
Wow, you're amazing.
Thank you.
I just cannot believe what you did. Boy, that just shows you when your instinct kicks in who you
My
are.
stepdad.
Yes, there he
Exactly.
is.
Yes, he is.
We met everybody, your whole sweet family.
Yeah.
So are you going to take some time off now? I mean, what's happening?
Yeah.
You were on maternity leave, right?
No, I was actually still working just on administrative on the Fire Rescue Academy.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we're just going to relax.
It's a beautiful story. Congratulations on everything.
Thank
Little
you.
Charlotte is, by the way, that's one beautiful child.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, let's show your beautiful
Yeah. We see you. All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
You
much.
are amazing. Thanks for making the trip and being here.
All right.
That was a good morning
Thanks, guys.
boost.
That's our best yet.
Now Tonight with Joshua Johnson. Streaming weeknights at 8 on NBC News Now.
A masked killer takes aim and fires. A fatal attraction that leads investigators to turn towards their own. Internal Affairs, a new podcast from Dateline. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
Live from Ukraine, from Uvalde, Texas, from Mayfield, Kentucky. To cover the news, you have to be in it. This is how so many towns and cities are protecting themselves. You can actually see they're pushing the gates open. Was there a school officer on campus? That's what we've been told. No. Do you remember any tornado as bad as this one? You look at this and you're thinking, we're not going to have power for weeks, if not months. Exactly. Every night, it's your news playlist.
Top Story with Tom Yamas. Weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now. The day's biggest political stories with trusted insight and expert analysis. A daily look at the politics behind the headlines. Meet the Press Now. Streaming weekdays at 4 p.m. on NBC News Now.
We're back. We've got an ongoing series called What Works Today. We're looking for those stories about people who are finding solutions to their problems in the community.
Yeah, this morning, a foster care system that's considered a model for the nation, but it wasn't always. In fact, it was one of the worst.
NBC senior legal and investigative correspondent Cynthia McFadden joins us with more. Hey, Cynthia.
Good morning. Well, I don't often get to report a happy foster care story. Nobody does. But buckle up. This one is. Since 2019, nearly 2,400 children in Connecticut's foster care system have been reunited with their families. What's going on? Just ask the Thurgood family.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
After nearly 10 years, Ty Thurgood is finally reunited with his children. It's been a long road to getting those kids back with you.
Yeah.
We met the 37-year-old at a park near his home in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and sat at the picnic table where he once had supervised visits with his kids after DCF, the Department of Children and Families, removed them from his home.
It was the worst experience ever. It was one of the most embarrassing things also.
At the time, he was working more than 80 hours a week as a security guard on movie sets. People close to the family contacted DCF, raising concerns about whether the children were being neglected. Ty says he felt the caseworker did not have any interest in helping him keep his kids, and their mother was unable to care for them.
We were caught here, so now we got to remove them. That's what it felt.
Knee-jerk.
Right, absolutely.
Two of his children, now 13-year-old Taj and 10-year-old Taraji, ended up in foster care.
I felt really lonely and sad.
It's 6 months. You went through 6 families.
Yeah.
Ty would be the first to admit he had a lot to learn about how to be a good dad. He grew up without one. Finally, a few years ago, he says DCF seemed different, willing to work with him and direct him to services. He started meditating to center himself, cut back on his work hours, and found a mentor in a fatherhood class.
He wound up really, really giving me an understanding that, hey, you're dad and you matter.
He empowered you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You want people.
And that is precisely what DCF's first African-American commissioner, Vanessa Durantes, intended when she took office nearly 4 years ago.
A lot of times, poverty is being conflated with neglect.
She vowed to provide support to families to help them stay together and to tackle the racial inequities she says are baked into the system.
It's like boiling the ocean. Back in 2012, a black child was 4 times more likely than their white counterpart to come into foster care. Today, it's 2.5 times. We want to get to eradicating or eliminating disparity.
Ira Lustbader says that's a problem across the country. He's a lawyer for Children's Rights, a nonprofit that sued 23 states, including Connecticut, more than 30 years ago.
When we first brought that case decades ago, it was a system that was just dangerous and chaotic and broken.
And racist.
And structurally impacting black and brown kids disproportionately, for sure. The system itself was harming kids, bouncing kids around 10 or 20 times from home to home or from institution to institution.
But this year, after 3 decades and many changes, a federal judge gave Connecticut's foster care system a clean bill of health. Connecticut has gone from a state that was really a mess when it came to foster care to a bright light.
I think the system is a beacon for others to look at and a model for that you can effectively turn around an agency and be responsible and accountable to the kids and families that you're there to support.
Ironically, it was because of that lawsuit that Durantes got hired in 1992.
I was one of the first group of social workers that were hired to bring down our caseloads,
while at the same time making sure each child was safe.
We don't want children to be left in unsafe situations, so we often look at our child and placement numbers in concert with our repeat maltreatment and our recurrence of coming back into care.
So how are those numbers right now?
Below the national average, both of those, thank you very much, and continuing to trend downward.
Today, there are 30% fewer children in Connecticut's foster care system than in 2019, when Durantes became commissioner. And nearly 2,400 children have been reunited with their families, including Ty's children. I know you know this, but your father worked really hard to make it possible to have you all back with him. You know that.
And if I was to be a father, I want to be like him.
At that, Ty broke down in tears.
It just hit me.
You knew what it meant not to have a father.
Absolutely. I try to be the person that I know I needed.
And so in this story filled with happy surprises,
I'm Ty Thurgood, man.
Vanessa Durantes' department has now asked Ty to help them train their staff to better support other fathers Ty's reaction?
It's proof of being able to make beauty out of chaos.
Was it you that changed or the system that changed?
Both. It was both. It seemed like a new system.
I think when you open your eyes, you get to decide, how's my day going to be? We want to be a way to start your day, lighten your load, every single morning.
A masked killer takes aim and fires. A fatal attraction that leads investigators to turn towards their own. Internal Affairs, a new podcast from Dateline. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Live from Ukraine, from Uvalde, Texas, from Mayfield, Kentucky. To cover the news, you have to be in it. This is how so many towns and cities are protecting themselves. You can actually see they're pushing the gates open. Was there a school officer on campus? That's what we've been told. No. Do you remember any tornado as bad as this one? You look at this and you're thinking, we're not going to have power for weeks, if not months. Exactly. Every night, it's your news playlist.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
I think when you open your eyes, you get to decide, how's my day going to be? We want to be a way to start your day, lighten your load, every single morning.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
I think when you open your eyes, you get to decide, how's my day going to be? We want to be a way to start your day, lighten your load, every single morning.
Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
We are back 8:40. We're with a fashion, beauty, and pop icon, Victoria Beckham. She kind of does it all.
Yeah, she always seems so posh, so put together, the co-founder and creative director of Victoria Beckham Beauty and her own clothing line. And we just want to say before we begin, we've tried out your makeup.
Yeah, we're wearing it.
We are totally into it. It must have been a fun thing to create.
Well, firstly, you are both glowing, ladies. I have to say, you look gorgeous this morning.
Good, we were fishing for that.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, it really is a dream for me to be creating a luxurious fashion and beauty house of the future is a dream. I feel so blessed and so lucky to have a job that I just love so much.
You know what I love about you, Victoria, because you are posh, we know that, and then you always have that like elegant look about you. Here you are in Paris, walking the runway.
Come on.
You had a moment, and I loved it because you were totally overwhelmed with gratitude and joy in that moment. I think you said you were like hoping to have some like moment where you're just like doing the catwalk, and here you are. Yeah. What were you thinking in these moments?
You know, I was so emotional because it's such a big deal for me to have a show in Paris. It was a real highlight of my career. I had my family there, I had my friends there, and I felt so proud of my team. I really did. And I was planning on coming out and having a very cool picture taken, and I just broke down when I saw my husband and my children, who are so supportive of what I do. I was just very, very happy.
You know, it's so awesome. You're surrounded by all these people who love and adore you. Speaking of your adorable husband, we were just in London for the Queen's funeral, and in that long, winding line, there was your husband waiting hours and hours and hours just to pay his respects. Tell us about that decision.
You know, David felt very, very humbled by the experience. It was something that he really wanted to do, and he is so happy that he did it. He said the experience was something that he struggles to even express. It meant so much to him. He was in that queue for 14 hours. He said he met some really amazing people.
Yeah.
He was buying them all donuts. He said, I met some great, great people, and he's just so happy he did it.
I mean, it's just amazing. You guys, by the way, have you been married 23 years?
23 years.
4 kids.
Yeah.
And one of your daughter or your son just got married?
Brooklyn just
Yeah.
got married.
Who, by the way, cooked here once with us. He did such a great job.
I know, thank you. Yeah, it was a beautiful wedding. And as a mother, to see my son so happy means so much. What more can you ask for?
You can't ask for one more thing. And what about, I mean, you're still a parent, which is kind of interesting. I always wonder about, when you parent grown kids. What is that like for you in this moment?
Do you know, I think that the kids grow up so quickly.
Yeah.
And it's about cherishing every moment. And we're a very close family. It's all about communication and being present as a parent. I love to work. I love what I do in fashion and beauty. But being a parent, being a good mom is my number one job. They're amazing. They work hard. They're good, sweet, kind human beings. And I think that that's what you want to do as a parent.
Well, definitely, but it's not easy to pull off when both parents are in the public eye and international celebrities. Like, how did you keep them grounded?
You know, I think it's just being close and having good family around us, my parents and David's parents, and, just talking to them about everything, We always say that this is an environment where we can talk and communicate.
Open.
Yeah, we're very, very present. The kids they're happy, hardworking, respectful kids, and that's what you want.
A lot of people are watching this interview, and they only want one question answered, and that is, when is the Spice Girls reunion? So why don't you just go ahead
and tell us no again.
There isn't going to be a reunion. No,
Wait,
I
is
mean,
it forever?
No,
So you're saying there's a chance?
No, what I mean is that I'm so thankful to the girls and so grateful to the fans and the amazing career that we all had. But I think that now I'm so into what I'm doing with fashion and beauty and the children. I'm just not so sure I could do anymore.
Well, can I just say though that your husband David did post a couple of videos, and I just want to say that you still have it. You're singing. Did you authorize these? Because it's like,
did he say
turn the sound on? I think we have the video. We can show some of it. Okay, there she goes. All right, it's happening. What was your number? That's karaoke. What was your song?
Well, it turns out it's a bit of a party trick. So though I'm not going to go back on tour, I really, I can do a bit of karaoke. It always goes down a storm, by the way.
Yeah, I bet.
It does.
I love it. And also, people still dress up as y'all for Halloween.
Wait,
How many
someone
years
unplugged
later?
your mic. That is not right.
Do you know they always used to do that to me? They always used to do that to me. Yes, Halloween and the Spice Girls. I mean, I think it's the ultimate compliment when anybody wants to dress up as you at Halloween, right?
It'll be that forever. Congratulations on all the wonderful things
You do, and the new makeup line, which is kind
of
of sparkly and fun for the holidays too.
Well, I can see you're wearing the new Kajal eyeliner, which looks gorgeous.
Oh, thank you, Emma.
Yes, you are.
So sparkly. I mean, the Kajal eyeliners, honestly, there's no product like it. People love those Kajals, so I'm excited by that launch. But I have to say, I am so happy to be in New York. The vibe here and the atmosphere. I haven't been here for a while. It is so good to be back and see people out, right?
Well, New York loves you too.
Yeah, loves you right back.
Being here.
Look at the paparazzi out the window.
I know they're all here.
They never come.
They don't. Yeah, they were like, why are they here? It's not us. Did we do something?
We're like,
no.
did we say something? Do something? Like, no, they're just all outside.
Just through the window. You gather a crowd in the best way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you'll stick around and talk to me in the fourth hour? Okay,
I would
look forward to
Thank
that. Coming up next, we're going to head outside a festive seafood feast on the plaza. Very special reason behind it. But first, this is Today on NBC.
I think when you open your eyes, you get to decide, how's my day going to be? We want to be a way to start your day, lighten your load, every single morning.
Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
The general election is right around the corner. It's time to plan your vote. We'll provide everything you need to know to successfully cast your ballot. Just select any state you want to learn about, and you'll instantly get voting rules. See the next big deadline, learn how to take action for your plan, and even help others make their plans. Voting rules have changed since 2020, and those rules vary from state to state. So it's time to get planning for November. Visit NBCnews.com/planyourvote today.
These days, it feels like the news never stops. So let's get into it. What's happening right now, what it all means for you for an hour every day. It can be hard to keep up, so let's get started together.
Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
We are back with a special Today Food celebrating Hispanic heritage. Chef Balo Alvarez grew up in Guatemala. He moved to the U.S. when he was just a teenager, and now this guy, he's the owner of Balo's Foods, a beloved food truck in the North Fork of Long Island. He's brought it and some of his signature dishes. First of all, you're amazing. So you came here 16 years old. How does a 16-year-old kid who comes here, how many jobs were you working? How did you cut your teeth?
I was working 2 jobs and going to school to try to learn English so I can start reading recipes. That's how I started cooking.
So what kind of jobs did you have?
I was working at the gas station.
Yeah.
And then I was doing dishwasher. And I stayed doing more dishwasher. Then it got to the point where I wanted to start cooking.
Oh, so I guess your boss saw something in you and said, this guy's a hard worker, let me show him the way?
Because I used to help my mom cooking and everything. So, and my free time, I used to help the cooks and everything. So he put me straight to the kitchen, boy, the process of going through the salads and everything. So he saw something on me.
Well, and then you learned English along the way. And you start to make your way. Now, how does one go from doing those things to opening up your own food truck? And we know that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, it wasn't. I always had a dream, and I wanted a restaurant before, but, it's a lot of money to open a restaurant. So the food trucks is getting popular lately. So, you know what, let's do a food truck, and people love it.
Well, people love you. All right, let's talk about this, Balo. What are we going to make here?
Okay, so here we have a black sea bass.
Black sea bass? Wait, they're already pigging out. Okay.
Good.
So good. Okay. So you take some sea bass. How'd you cook that?
Do some blackened season and we grill it.
Grill it, yeah.
And then we have some summer slow here.
Yeah.
Tropical with some mango. And then we have some chipotle mayo to give a little spicy.
By the way, chipotle mayo on anything is, do you put extra? See, that's how I like, that's how you do it.
And then we have some micro cilantro.
Okay.
This makes the difference. It's so good.
Do you squeeze lime on it, or do you leave
no, because the slow
lime
has
is
lime.
In there.
It has some agave
syrup. Can I try a bite? Is that
sure?
Okay, I just have to because it looks so good. Balo, come to me. Oh my God. What is happening here?
Okay, so here we have ceviche. It's a Central American style. I'm from Guatemala. So it's a tomato base.
Yeah.
So
what do
we
you
have
put in there?
Okay, so we have some shrimp, calamari, and baby octopus. And here we got some tomatoes, onions, and jalapenos. So here we have some fresh squeezed lemon juice, tomato juice, Worcestershire sauce. And then we add some micro cilantro as well. Mix it up.
Is your family so proud of you?
Oh,
can they believe what happened?
Oh, I can still not believe it.
You can't believe it?
Yeah, it's great. Because, we grew up going fishing with my dad and everything, so we grew up in seafood. And, of course, the passion for seafood came out when I moved to the North Fork, North Fork of Long Island.
Of course.
Surrounded by all this great seafood, and just working my way there. And that's why I, wanted to do all seafood, and people love the seafood.
These are good, these chips.
Oh, yeah? Actually, they're from the real tortillas. I cut them and fry them.
He makes his own.
You make
them?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, but we weren't sure.
Yeah, they're so good.
Take us to this last
So this is our famous seafood stuffies. It's like a baked clam, but it has lobster, shrimp, scallops, and clams all mixed to it.
Okay.
And if you eat one, you want to keep eating another one and another one.
Just pull it right out of there.
Pull it right out.
Pop it out.
It's like a seafood cookie.
It's so good.
God.
How good is that?
Yeah, people love the stuff.
Balo, on your truck down here, I see John 3:16.
Yes. Yeah, I grew up with faith. I believe in God, and before this was a dream, I asked God to help me out, and I make a promise. I want to somehow, let people know and the truth, and it's just. It's been amazing. People
This
love
food
it.
is heavenly.
Just another reason to love Balo. Balo, congratulations on this food truck, on your success. We're really proud of you and happy for you. It's delicious
Chef,
food. Y'all love it?
Wonderful.
Chef, thank you.
Chef, can you keep the truck parked here?
I'm gonna light everything up and start cooking. Okay,
there you go.
One of the best meals we've had.
Yeah,
Thank
you guys, when you guys come to the North Fork, come and look for me.
We'll find you.
I'm everywhere over there.
All right, Balo, thanks. For more on these recipes and more of Balo's beautiful story, head to today.com/food.
This morning on the third hour of Today, on alert. Millions of folks bracing for severe weather from a storm system that's already spawned multiple tornadoes.
There is a tornado right in front of me. Unbelievable.
We're going to have the forecast of where it's headed next. Plus, price gorging, pumpkins and other fall staples carving deeper into our wallets. How much more are we going to have to pay for everything from candy to turkey? Then, our Consumer Confidential, protecting privacy online. The simple steps to keep our information out of the wrong hands. And it's a shop all day fall harvest. From the kitchen to the backyard, fun products for the whole family. Today, Thursday, October 13th, 2022. Live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza, this is the third hour of Today.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the third hour of Today. I am Dylan here with Al, our cousin, Jacob Soboroff,
Hey, guys.
Craig and Chanel are both on assignment. We were just talking about caramel apples.
That's right, which we will talk about in just a little bit. But meantime, busy morning, especially talking about weather. Just been rough. We've been tracking this big storm system that's been on the move, already hammering the middle of the country all the way down into the southeast, spawning tornadoes in Wisconsin and Georgia, and now it is heading toward the mid-Atlantic states, Northeast and New England. You can always see on the radar, we've got storms stretching from the Great Lakes all the way down into Washington, D.C., where we've got the risk of strong winds, heavy rain. A brief tornado is possible. Before it's all over, we could be looking at 3 to 6 inches of rain, of flooding up into New England with trees still with all the leaves on them. There could be some big problems, those leaves clogging storm drains. Also very slippery once they get wet, so be careful there. And, of course, we got the big Yankees-Cleveland game for the ALDS.
You think it's going to happen or no?
Well, I think at best, though, is going to be a rain delay or two. I'm very conflicted because I love everybody in Cleveland. I worked there for 5 years.
This is tough for
but
you.
I am a New Yorker, so I have to be rooting for the Yankees.
You've had Nick's name up on his birthday on the Jumbotron.
Yes,
wishing him a happy birthday. So I feel like you kind of have to.
Oh, no, absolutely. I'm a New Yorker through and through. So
I'm a Red Sox fan.
We'll see if the game happens.
Staying out of it.
So are the Red Sox.
Yeah, that's true. There are also some big news. There is some big news for parents this morning. The CDC just gave the green light for younger children to get the updated COVID booster. So kids ages 5 to 11 can get Pfizer's version. Moderna's is available to kids 6 to 17. Children who have already received the original 2 doses can get the booster. It's recommended 2 months after their last dose.
Also this morning, by the way, some new numbers just out show inflation continues to be a major problem for American families. You guys are feeling this at home. The consumer price index increased more than experts predicted in September, and inflation is still hovering around those 40-year highs, and now it's hitting fall staples. The holidays are going to cost more, starting with Halloween, of course. NBC's Maggie Vespa is live from the best place, a pumpkin patch in Illinois. Maggie, in all seriousness, pumpkin prices are up. How much up are we talking?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Inflation hits every corner of American life, and now our fall staples are kind of falling victim. So up specifically 15 to 20% in some parts of the country. Here at Gobert's Farm, they raised their prices just about 10%. And they note it's not like supply is down, guys. They had a great pumpkin crop this year, but it's all the things that we think of that come with inflation, like high cost of gas, high cost of supplies, labor, all of that good stuff. So again, pumpkin prices up just like everything else, guys.
And Maggie, of course, right after Halloween, we got to think about Thanksgiving. So are other staples going up as well?
They are. I mean, this probably will shock no one after a summer of record inflation. I think we have this graphic here to show you the numbers. They're pretty staggering. I want to make sure I get this right. Turkey up 20% from this time last year. Eggs up 27%. Butter 25%. And then look at the little candy corn graphic. Halloween candy up a whopping 34% across the board. So a lot of families right now preparing for these holidays and kind of getting hit with these staggering prices in real time.
Wow, I can't believe anybody wants candy corn.
It represents all candy.
Oh, okay.
Yes, not just
If it's up to Al, it'll be the end of candy corn after this.
So, Maggie, what can we do?
It's just a graphic.
There you go. It's a representation. What can we do, Meg, to try to save some over this holiday season?
Yeah, so our experts had some great advice for people. They want to remind people, first and foremost, to look for the frozen or canned goods. Reminding people that's obviously a larger window. You can have some time to kind of hunt around for sales, and then it'll keep longer. You can hang on to it until the holiday. Also, another tip they gave us, go generic. You can save up to 25% buying generic items compared to name brand. And then finally, to kind of circle back to the candy, because Halloween is top of mind, they also told us this year chocolate is going to be more expensive than the fruity kind of chewy Halloween candy. So if you're budget conscious, go the fruity route. Al, I heard you say earlier you hand out king size candy bars.
No. Full
that
size.
That is not a way to save
not
money,
king size.
but it's fantastic.
Full size.
All the cavities in New York City go trace back to Mr. Roker's house.
There you go.
All right, Maggie Vespa, thanks a lot. Have fun out there, and thanks for the important information.
Sure.
Have you ever tried candy corn with roasted peanuts?
Yeah, it's just one good thing with one bad thing.
What?
It's delicious. I'll hook you up.
I'm with Al.
Okay, we're going to take a turn now to a social media comment that raised some eyebrows. It came from supermodel Gisele Bündchen as her husband Tom Brady opened up about dealing with the stress in his personal life. And we've got this covered because NBC's Sam Brock is live with that story for us this morning. So Sam, for weeks, headlines suggested trouble in paradise for Tom and Gisele. But now she's actually adding fuel to the fire. What's going on?
Yeah, Dylan, good morning. Jacob, Al, good morning. What does it say? I guess this might be a bit of a commentary on 2022 that we are dissecting and parsing through a comment in a thread on an Instagram post. This came from Jay Shetty, the life coach, but Gisele and Tom have been pretty mum in terms of commenting on their relationship. So the fact that she commented at all in this thread is generating a lot of waves right now. Here's what it says. It says, if you're in a committed relationship, you can't be in a committed relationship with someone who is inconsistent with you. Mr. Shetty goes on to say that love is a daily effort. The one thing that needs to remain consistent is your respect and admiration for the goals and values of your partner. Gisele puts in a praying emoji in there and also likes the post. Again, it's hard to draw too much out of this, but we know that there's been weeks of speculation about the fact their marriage between Tom and Gisele might be on the rocks. Now she goes out a very public profile with millions of followers and comments in this thread. And that leads people to believe that, in fact, she might be opining on what's going on with their relationship. But we're left right now really to guess, although NBC News, of course, has confirmed they did about 6 days ago that they have both, Tom and Gisele, retained their own attorneys for a divorce, guys.
The emoji strikes again. Sam, I saw your report earlier this morning, and you had said that Tom Brady, on his podcast, was talking about a little bit about his personal struggles. What's he saying exactly?
There's two prongs to this that I think, Jacob, are relevant. One is he said he's been dealing with stress for years, certainly with physical and mental therapy. Now, it's not novel by any stretch of the imagination for an athlete to talk about therapy in that context. Certainly his mental health has come to the fore here in recent years. Michael Phelps really leading the charge on that. But the fact that Tom Brady is talking about this gives you some insight into the fact there is some vulnerability, just like anybody else. We attribute superhuman qualities to Tom Brady because he has won 7 Super Bowl rings. He is arguably, not even really arguably, the greatest player in the history of the NFL. And yet he's willing to come out here and say, this is taking a toll on me. As you read in between the lines, he is seeking out therapy. That is interesting. Also, Jacob, in his podcast, he says, look, people say all the time that I'm only human. It's true. We are only human. We are not robots. It's inhuman to think that we'd be able to continue with all these things going on in our personal lives. So sort of nodding to the fact that there's all these ongoing conversations right now, and yet Tom Brady is still out there on the field. And his wife has commented on the fact that it's a violent sport. She worries about his well-being, their kids, all this coming together right now in a perfect storm, guys.
Hope for the best for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all you can want.
This all started with an emoji.
There you go.
Sam, thank you so much.
We go from little praying hands to what looks like a fingerprint in space. You know, we love the third hour here. We love space. Well, take a look at this new photo from NASA's powerful James Webb Telescope.
Oh, whoa.
Look at that, baby.
No way.
NASA's calling it the fingerprint.
Wait, so is it not really like a flare on the lens?
Well, what we're looking at are circles that are radiating from 2 distant stars that are coming close to each other in orbit. So both, if I kind of do like that, it's kind of like.
Well, you look like the angel, Mr. Angel Roker.
Both stars are immense, much larger than the sun. And get this, the image was taken 5,000 light years away.
5,000 light years. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds very
It
impressive.
doesn't exist anymore.
It may not.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah, back in time.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Wow,
Who knows?
that's really cool.
It's cool. Keep this background. I love it.
I will stay like that all day. I'm just going to let it ride.
Your TV's not frozen, guys.
All right, now to the star of last night's Dodgers-Padres playoff game. It wasn't a player. With 2 outs in the 8th inning, a goose got comfortable in right field, briefly delaying the game. There it is, just sitting there. Play actually continued for a while. The Dodgers hit a single with the goose still hanging out on the field, just looking around, taking it all in. Eventually, stadium workers were able to round the goose up. And, oh, by the way, the Padres beat LA 5-3.
That's the worst part of the story.
Yeah.
The 5-3 loss.
Not if you're a San Diego Padres
true
fan.
for me.
Fortunately, I keep my feathers numbered for just such an emergency. Up next, an important consumer confidential, securing our information online. Vicki Wynn's got steps that we can take right now to protect our privacy. Then later, a behind the brand that's been shredding the competition for years. Meet the family that doesn't mind being called cheesy. Third hour of today, I'll be right back.
Hallie Jackson Now. Weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
The general election is right around the corner. It's time to plan your vote. We'll provide everything you need to know to successfully cast your ballot. Just select any state you want to learn about, and you'll instantly get voting rules. See the next big deadline, learn how to take action for your plan, and even help others make their plans. Voting rules have changed since 2020, and those rules vary from state to state. So it's time to get planning for November. Visit NBCnews.com/planyourvote today.
A masked killer takes aim and fires. A fatal attraction that leads investigators to turn towards their own. Internal Affairs, a new podcast from Dateline. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
Now Tonight with Joshua Johnson. Streaming weeknights at 8 on NBC News Now. Top Story with Tom Llamas. Weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
All right, guys, we're back with an important consumer confidential. From our devices to online accounts to social media, our information is everywhere online. One recent study found an estimated 42 million Americans were victims of identity fraud in 2021, and that cost us $52 billion in losses. So NBC senior investigative and consumer correspondent Vicki Wynn's here to help us protect our privacy. Vic, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Okay, so let's start, first of all, with devices and apps. How do you button them up? How do you lock them down? How do you make them safe?
The very first thing is a very simple thing when it comes to your computers or your phones, which we have with us all the time. Get jiggy with the software updates. Just keep that on automatic. And anytime you get the message that says, would you like to do this, plug it in overnight, say yes. This is the way that Microsoft, Google, Apple are sending patches to your devices over the air to make sure they're as secure as possible. So go into your settings and turn that on so it's automatically happening. The next thing is we always talk about location in real estate. It's equally important when it comes to your apps and your devices because...
Oh, turn your location settings off?
Exactly. Yeah. So many apps are tracking us unnecessarily. Yeah. Sure, you need locations on when you have maps or when you're trying to do a rideshare. Great. Keep it on for those and only while using the app. It's tricky with Androids and iPhones. I'm not going to walk you through every single step, but it's very easy to just go online and say, how do I turn off location services for this model of phone that I have? Do it and do it now. The other thing you want to think about is all your social media as well. Does everyone need to know where you are when you post an Instagram photo or a TikTok? No, they don't. Finally, there are third-party tracker apps, which you may not know but are attached to a lot of things. That's what happens when you're shopping for something, and then you go to a news website, and suddenly those shoes are following you everywhere. Yes. It's because these third-party companies want to know, where is Jacob Sobroff? What is he browsing? Turn all of that off as well.
You know, it's funny because a lot of times now when you go on a website on your phone, it says accept or deny the cookie settings.
Yes.
And then it seems like you've got to do some work to go into that. And
they don't make it easy, right?
It's so you just have to say no. Then you go in and you just say only the cookies that allow functionality on this website. Everything else, keep it off. Then you accept the settings. And I found that does sort of track across different websites. So now that I've done it on a few, whenever I open it, it still keeps it on
those
only
settings.
the necessary settings.
So when you're in airports, things like that, you know, you go to use the free Wi-Fi and it gives you a little warning, at least on my Apple phone, says this is not a secure network. How safe or dangerous it is to be surfing on these public Wi-Fi networks?
Yeah, Al, these are the public Wi-Fi networks that you find at airports, like you mentioned, but also at like coffee shops, wherever you are, where they're like, hey, would you like to sign up on here? They are more secure than they once were, but you really need to pay attention that you're really logging onto the Starbucks Wi-Fi and not the Starbucks Wi-Fi, right. Because then someone is tracking your every move and they can follow your personal information. Also, when you're on public Wi-Fi, that's not the time to be checking your bank account.
Ooh.
It's not the time to be checking your tax information. Don't surf anything that's personal. The other option you can do is look in the URL. That's the little address bar at the top. Look for it to say HTTPS. The S stands for secure. So that gives you one more layer of protection. And finally, you can use something called a virtual private network. Some are free, some are not. They're not 100% either. So the best thing to do when you're out in public, just stay on public websites. Don't browse anything that's personal.
Assume somebody's looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way of thinking of it.
Like this?
Not as creepy.
Dylan would make a great hacker.
I feel like whenever I go onto a website, it's like, oh, for 15% off, enter your email address. Then you do, and it's like, now give me your cell phone number so you can receive texts. I mean, how do you curb all that information that you're giving out just to go to a website?
Yeah, your email is so valuable to all of these retailers and companies. So number one, always try to set up a separate public email that you kind of do use for the shopping and the discounts and that sort of thing. If you have to use your real email, just remember, you want a password that is long, that is unique. You know, something someone suggested I love is like use the first letters of a song lyric that you like. So like, we are living in a material world, like W-A-L,
See,
whatever.
that's a hard password.
Right?
Which then means you have to remember the password.
You have to remember
unless you got those
exactly.
passwords.
Or you use a password manager that will help you remember those passwords. The other thing is always set up two-factor authentication. That means that you get another little ding, a text on your machine anytime someone's logging in. Hopefully that's you and you confirm it and you're good to go. And then finally, you can lie when they ask you, what was the street you grew up on? What's your first pet's name?
Kids, Vicky doesn't really mean that.
I do when it comes to your internet safety. But it's true, like, if you're like, oh, you know, my first son is, you know, Calvin. It's like, well, we know that. So if we're trying to hack into Dylan's, we're going to try Calvin 1, 2, 3.
Real quick before you go, what about your information that's already out there? Like if your address is online or, you know, something else that somebody sends you saying, hey, this is online about you right now.
A lot of times there are data breaches of things that happen and you get an email. So if that happens, always consider accepting the free services that they give you for identity protection. The other thing you can do, this is a website I want you to write down. It's called haveibeenpwned.com. That's what it looks like. It's missing the letter O. So haveibeenpwned.com. You put in your email and then it will tell you, oh my gosh, Al, your information has been breached on this site, this site, this site. You go back in, you change your passwords and you check to see if there's been any suspicious activity on that account. You can also Google yourself.
Sure.
That's all free. You can Google yourself. This is a brand new service of just a few weeks. And then if it's got your public information, like your address or your phone number, you can click on a little option next to it that says, please hide this. Google will review it and say yes or no. So this is very, very new. I'm curious to see how it's really working for people.
I'm going to go do that right after this. Vicky, thank you so much. Yeah, really good.
Vicky. So when we come back, we're going to go behind the brand that's been serving up cheesy goodness for decades. All began with one trip to the grocery store. Then later, we've got Oscar winner Dustin Lance Black here talking about his new project, highlighting the special bond between mom and son. Third hour today. I'll be right back.
Hey, podcast fans, ready to unlock our true crime mysteries? Try Dateline Premium on Apple Podcasts. You'll get early access to originals, plus bonus content, and everything is ad-free. So head to Apple Podcasts now to subscribe.
Now Tonight with Joshua Johnson, streaming weeknights at 8 on NBC News Now.
You get one beautiful life to live. Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold.
We have this circle of women that love each other.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Love ya.
Love you too.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now. For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app.
This morning, we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month by going behind a brand that has been serving up delicious food for decades. I found out how Cacique Foods went from a small family business to a supermarket staple. In 1971, a young Cuban boy, Gil de Cardenas, his siblings, and their parents arrived in Los Angeles, California.
My mom cared for us, and my dad was a handyman. He was working construction, was a mechanic.
You were 8 years old when you came to this country.
My parents' friends picked us up and took us to a grocery store. I can't tell you how different an experience that was, and there's food everywhere.
Food has always been in the de Cardenas DNA. Back in Cuba, Dad Gilbert owned a cheese business, leaving it behind when the family emigrated to California.
And one day he walked into a little grocery store, a little bodega, and they were handing out samples of queso frescos. And the butcher said, well, it's okay, but it's all we have, and it sells really well. If you listen to my mom tell the story, my dad gets home screaming, I know how we're gonna feed our family.
And just like that, Cacique Foods was born. With just $1,500, Gilbert and Jenny started the business. Their first product, queso fresco, of course.
They could only afford to rent a building during daylight hours. My dad would get up early in the morning, about 4 o'clock. My mom would get us off to school. Then she'd go to the plant where she would take over the cheese making process. And then he would leave to start his sales role in our first delivery vehicle. And he would go door to door in LA selling 1 pound at a time.
Soon, Gil Jr. was brought into the fold. After school, you're working at the factory, at the plant, just like everybody else. What was that like?
Well, everybody else would have been my mom and I until my parents had a big enough business to hire people. But that's your typical immigrant story, right?
But increased success meant the de Cardenas family was tasked with introducing consumers to then unfamiliar products.
It's not just for Hispanic consumers only. It's really anyone wanting a great food experience.
It seems the secret is in the cheese. Cacique food products can be found in 80% of grocery stores nationwide, staples in Mexican-American cuisine. You're a Cuban family, but you make your mark making a cheese that is geared more toward Mexican-Americans.
In Central America, in the Caribbean, and most of South America, queso fresco, which is what we make, is really the same product with some different nuances. It may have a different shape. It still has that milk fresh, buttery flavor.
Gilberto and Jenny retired just over a decade ago, handing the baton over to Gil. You talk about working with family, working with your siblings, which can be fantastic, but it is family.
But it is family. As long as we have a lot of communication between us, we find problems are easy to solve.
And like every good cheese, the company has aged quite a bit, celebrating their 50th anniversary in 2023. It's Hispanic Heritage Month. We're celebrating this. How important is it for, in a sense, this food being an ambassador, if you will, to others?
Food has the ability to bring people together like few things. I can invite people I don't know to our dinner table, and we'll sit around and have a great time getting to know each other and exposing people to great products. And you may want to use it in a Mexican dish or a Cuban dish or even an Italian dish.
When you look at where you are now, what goes through your mind?
We're very blessed. We got here, we had no money. Now we can afford to run the facility 24 hours a day if we need to. It's not just daylight.
So we've been all tasting the Cacique, and everybody here, I mean, there's the chorizo and queso fresco tacos there, but this Mexican cream cheese is it's like a sour cream.
It's called table cream?
Yeah, Mexican table cream.
That's what's interesting. You know, sometimes you don't go outside the box to try, different flavors, but this is really incredible.
Yummy.
A great family business. Love it.
You have to stop eating because you got to read the teas.
Yeah, please.
I just noticed that. I was taking one more bite. I was trying to be casual. Be cool. Come on now. All right, just ahead. Oscar-winning filmmaker Dustin Lance Black is live to tell us about his very personal new HBO documentary. And then later, it's a fall harvest in Shop All Day. You're going to like these apples. We'll be right back.
Hey, podcast fans, ready to unlock our true crime mysteries? Try Dateline Premium on Apple Podcasts. You'll get early access to originals, plus bonus content, and everything is ad-free. So head to Apple Podcasts now to subscribe.
Tonight with Joshua Johnson, streaming weeknights at 8 on NBC News Now. The day's biggest political stories with trusted insight and expert analysis. A daily look at the politics behind the headlines. Meet the Press Now, streaming weekdays at 4 p.m. on NBC News Now. Now Tonight with Joshua Johnson, streaming weeknights at 8 on NBC News Now.
These days, it feels like the news never stops. So let's get into it. What's happening right now, what it all means for you for an hour every day. It can be hard to keep up, so let's get started together.
Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now. Now Tonight with Joshua Johnson, streaming weeknights at 8 on NBC News Now.
Dustin Lance Black won the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay for the film Milk.
He's also the author of the memoir Mama's Boy, which tells the story of being raised in a conservative Mormon home.
Now, Mama's Boy is coming to life in a new HBO documentary. In it, Lance opens up about the bond he shared with his mother, Anne, and the time his mother had a conversation with a guy Lance was interested in.
He said, well, I had a long conversation with him, and, I told him that I think he ought to start treating my son better, and that maybe he ought to take my son out to dinner, and because he's a bit older, he should pay. And she just wrapped her arms around me and held me so incredibly tight. It was the first time my mom had ever held me and loved me for me.
That is so powerful, Lance. Good morning. It's so nice to have you here.
You got me crying already.
He hasn't even talked yet.
Holy smokes, what a way to kick it off.
Well, I mean, that's when you wrote the memoir and now it's being turned into a documentary. I mean, you're putting your story out there. You're putting your heart out there. It's got to be a difficult thing to do. Was this always the plan, or is it true that it kind of started with a DM on Instagram?
It did. It started as a DM. I mean, it was the best DM ever from a director who I admired greatly, Laurent, who had made some of my favorite documentaries. And he said he read the book and he just really deeply connected with this idea that perhaps a conservative mom and a not very conservative son could find this higher plane than politics to actually keep a family together in these divided times. And that perhaps by extension, if we made a film that more people could see, we could keep families, communities, maybe some of our country together. And I know that's idealistic, but that was the aim. Let's make a movie to see if we can't find that higher plane than politics. And it's hard. And a documentary's not easy. But I think for us, in the book, in the documentary, my mom had showed this courage to share space with people who disagreed with her. Including me and my friends. And the curiosity to lead with more questions than just trying to prove herself right. And in that spirit of courage and curiosity, we did build a very unexpected bridge. And I think that's what the film's about. I hope people see it and say, hey, you know what, I disagree with a family member or a neighbor, but I'm going to give them a call. I'm going to see if we can have a coffee or tea or lunch. And I guarantee you'll find out you got more in common than you have that's different.
I love that, Lance. And one of the things I admire most about you and about this project is, you went back to Texas to talk recently with family whose, let's just say, worldviews are so different from your own. What was it? We know, in essence, what they were saying, but what was it like to sit there and have those conversations?
It's hard. And that's the thing, we say, hey, can't we all just get along? Well, we can, but it's courageous to share those spaces these days, to step out of your silo and be with them. My mom showed that courage to go from the South and the military and a Mormon home to my friends in Hollywood. Didn't I owe her, after she passed, to go back to Texarkana, Texas, to go back to Louisiana and sit with those family members who I know vote differently than me, who I know believe differently than me, and to sit and listen more than I talked. It's hard. There's an instinct to say, I know I'm right. I know the law's with me and the science is with me and all that, but if you come in with that fight and debate, you ain't getting anywhere.
Right.
If you come in with a story, if you start talking about family, if you start talking about what matters to your heart, you might actually change a mind. And you see that in the film, not just in Texas, but also in Salt Lake City, Utah, when I go back to the seat of power of the church I was raised in.
Your mom had a lot of struggles. Polio, living life on crutches, yet raising 3 boys.
Yeah.
You find this connection finally. What do you think she would be thinking about this documentary?
Oh, I think she would be ever so slightly horrified. She never wanted anyone to notice that she walked on braces and crutches. She didn't want any excuses. She wanted to succeed on her own merits, with her mind and the strength of her character. And this does open it up and say, actually, she did walk on braces and crutches. She had these struggles. I think she would understand now, wherever she may be, that it's inspiring and that she's a role model and a mentor. But she didn't feel that way about herself then. She just wanted to be a mom. She just wanted to have a good job and to be a part of society, a functioning part of society, because she was told at a young age she couldn't have a job. She'd never fall in love, that she was physically incapable of having children. Yeah.
Wow.
She proved it all wrong. And that's, I think, the inspiring heart of the documentary. It's mostly about my mom.
Yeah.
I talk a lot in it because she's not here. It's mostly about her.
Well, it's an important story to tell, Lance. Thank you so much for sharing it and putting your heart out there for everybody.
Thank you so much.
And Mama's Boy, it debuts Tuesday, October 18th on HBO and on HBO Max. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thanks so much. Well, when we come back, it's Shop All Day. Our pal Chassie Post has some great fall finds. We tip our hat to her as the third hour of today continues.
I think when you open your eyes, you get to decide, how's my day going to be? We want to be a way to start your day, lighten your load, every single morning.
Now Tonight with Joshua Johnson, streaming weeknights at 8 on NBC News Now. Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now. Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
I love mornings. They're full of possibility. And how you start your day sets the tone for the whole day.
We need to pull up one extra chair at the table.
We feel like we're right there with you.
Just ahead, in this half hour, we're going to introduce you to...
Because every day we start our morning so you can take on yours.
Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
All right, guys, fall is in full swing, and on today's episode of our streaming show, Shop All Day, we are embracing the season with products for the whole family. Shop All Day contributor Chassie Post is here with a preview. Be sure to scan that QR code, by the way, to shop these products right now. Hey, Chassie, good morning.
Good morning. This is a great episode.
I love this.
Fall
We're all ready for
harvest.
coziness and fall and everything that comes along with it.
And we have an elevated take on the sweatsuit, but it's knit.
This is so cozy.
This is the only thing you're going to want to wear all fall. And the great thing about it is, yes, you feel like you're wearing sweats, but guess what? Dress it up with a boot. You can wear this to work. I mean, you can wear it anywhere. It's just
Roll
that
right out of
stylish.
bed and come to work.
I know. I love
That's
it.
sort of what we do.
And these are 2 pieces, this beautiful
love
ribbed
it.
knit sweater that you can wear with your leggings, mix in with
Could you
everything.
mix and match?
Oh, yeah, mix and match, right? And you
Looks
can
soft.
pair this with
Fancy.
anything in your closet. And these are a wide leg knit pant. Sign
that is
me up,
so comfy.
right?
I love those. Okay, speaking of comfort.
Yes. What says fall more than a fabulous plaid scarf? But this is not any scarf. You guys, pull this out. This is a plaid blanket scarf called blanket
big.
scarf because it is 59 inches by 59 inches.
You could literally use this as a blanket.
You really could. And I mean, it's so sumptuous, right? And just
matches my outfit.
fabulous.
Cozy.
10 different
very
plaids,
cozy.
and guess how much?
How much?
Under $10.
No.
Can you believe it?
But
Come
it's
on.
so
Get
soft.
out.
So soft. I think it feels so expensive. And guess what? This is what I'm getting everybody for the holidays. I mean, at under $10.
Time for Yellowstone.
Oh, yeah, time for Yellowstone. And
Giddy up.
Why, thank you, Dylan. This
All right,
looks
might as
great
well
with
keep
your
my outfit
outfit.
going.
I got to tell you guys, this is the #1 hottest
I look like
trend
I'm ready to go
for
apple
fall,
picking and then take
that
a
is
picture
the-
on Instagram.
Right? The the Western style wide brim felt hat. We found these at Forever 21. These are $15. I think they look so much more
Say your
expensive.
prayers, varmint.
Right. These
Here we go.
Are these?
How you doing?
Are these for?
My biscuits are burning.
These are women's hats, right?
They may be women's hats,
I don't
but
know.
you know what? They look great
That's
on
all
these
right.
guys.
They're
And it's
unisex as far as I'm concerned.
$15. I call this the instant outfit upgrade, right?
Look at me.
I know. You look fabulous. Ready for apple
Now all you got to do is hold a caramel apple.
of apple
That's
picking.
next.
Okay, this is such a great activity for the family. All you need is the apples. This is an entire caramel apple kit from Williams-Sonoma. You get your apple from apple picking, and then it's got the caramel, it's got the sprinkles, it's got the peanuts. You just put the caramel in the microwave, dip in your apples, and then you
put on
can
some
just
toppings.
put in some toppings.
I like that.
mean,
I like it.
it's really fun.
I'm not good at eating caramel apples, but
What do you mean?
well, they're like very. You kind of have to look at it and like.
Why
maybe
don't you give us a demo?
Slice it up. It's easier when you
But
slice
this is great. This will keep the kids occupied longer, right? If they have to figure out how to eat it.
And they're dentists.
Yes, and their dentists.
What
okay,
happens here?
Really
this
cool.
is another great activity that's going to
Playing
keep
some
the
paint.
kids busy for an
There we go.
entire afternoon. So these are paint your own cookies. It comes with, again, everything you need for the kit. And
that.
these little cookies here, that's your edible paint palette. So no cleanup, you actually eat the cookies, right? That's how you
That's
clean
really
it up.
cool.
And look, they are creating just yummy masterpieces.
Edible art.
It ain't
right?
just for the
Edible
kids,
art.
Jazzy.
I know, it's not just for the kids.
You're in a zone there.
I know.
I'm really feeling it.
Right, and these are so good. They're sugar cookies, also from
all right.
Williams-Sonoma.
What else
All
we got?
right,
Oh, what's that?
last but not
Make
least.
like a
I'll be over here
All
painting my
right,
cookies.
guys, this is pretty amazing. Now, who wants to try this one out?
Oh, is that a leaf scooper?
This is a leaf scooper. It's kind of like a giant pair of tongs for your leaves. And the cool thing about it is it's designed so you don't have to bend over and stoop. So look what you do. You rake, and then you grab, and then
Throw it into your neighbor's yard.
yes!
Wow.
Dylan.
Suddenly Dylan's
So
neighbors know
many
why
apples.
You know what?
their lawn was never
Dylan's
clean.
mailbox will be filled with leaves after this segment.
This is the gadget. And the brand says this cuts your cleanup time in the backyard in half and maybe adds twice as much leaves
to your neighbors.
Chassie, this stuff is so great. Thank you so much.
fun.
Guys, for more on
We're
these
gonna paint
products,
this-
head
all
to
these
today.com/shop all day. Be sure to check out Shop All Day Fall Harvest today, 10 a.m. on our streaming channel today, all day.
Ooh, I like the leaf sound effect.
I'm painting.
there. We could use that with the rake. Thank you very much. When we come back, all of your mental health questions answered by an expert. Third hour of Today will be right back. Move like a tree and get out of here.
I think when you open your eyes, you get to decide, how's my day going to be? We want to be a way to start your day, lighten your load, every single morning.
You get one beautiful life to live. Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold.
We have this circle of women that love each other.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Love ya.
Love you too.
The day's biggest political stories with trusted insight and expert analysis. A daily look at the politics behind the headlines. Meet the Press Now, streaming weekdays at 4 p.m. on NBC News Now.
Let's go. This is a critical choke point for this fire. And good evening from New Orleans. Nice to really spend some time with you. Appreciate
So October is Emotional Wellness Month. More and more Americans are prioritizing their mental health, and this morning we want to help answer your questions about stress, therapy, and more. So we have Nero Feliciano, a certified psychotherapist, here to help us. Nero, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Thanks for being here.
So we've got some great questions. We're going to start off with Amrita, who has our first question.
How do we help a loved one with anxiety? Such a good question. And just this past week, the Journal of the American Medical Association released a study that says we need to be screening kids as young as 8.
Saw that.
So, yeah, so really important topic. First, we want to ask, what can we do to be helpful? Because oftentimes we think we know what's helpful, but it's not what that person needs. But in the moment of anxiety, the emotions can be so high. We need some quick things to bring down that level of distress. Some surprising things that work. Ice packs on the chest, holding ice cubes till they melt. Physical things.
Okay.
Biting into a sour lemon. Deep exhalation breathing. For kids, blowing bubbles. It gives you that longer exhale. And then pressure on the body and weighted blankets can work. That brings down the level of distress, and then we can start having those important questions.
And you said name it and tame it?
Name it and tame it is so good because when we're anxious, all the emotions, feelings, it's like a convoluted ball of yarn. When we can ask, what are you feeling? Can you describe it to me? It helps the brain to sort it out, and then we can move through
Works
it.
for kids and adults.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
That's great. Okay. Now we have Amy from Rhode Island with a question.
How do you know when to seek help? And how do you find a good therapist?
Yeah. That's a really good question, and it's hard right now because so many are full. Well, when the symptoms start to interfere with your daily life, you don't want to go to school, you don't want to go to work, it's causing stress in the relationship, and a big one, you're losing joy and motivation for the things that you love. Get help. And how do you find a good one? Well, there are a lot of different sites you can look at. PsychologyToday.com has a good site, ZocDoc, but ask people for recommendations.
Ask your friends, right?
Ask your friends. I'm still so amazed. People go on social media and ask for good therapists. People shout them out like they're like a 5-star Yelp review for takeout.
I want to
You
keep
know?
mine to myself, but I
But
do
it is
share
like
with my
dating.
friends.
I mean, you might have to go through a few before.
Yes, and I've always said this. Now, just to clarify, you don't want to date your therapist. But you know, you're going to look at it like you're going to look at it like one may not work out. Don't give up on the whole thing. The next experience could be totally different and life-changing.
Teletherapy helpful in this?
Very helpful, and convenient for people.
I feel like a lot more now people are doing teletherapy
Yes.
than going to see the therapist in person.
Through COVID, half my clients didn't come back in person. They like the convenience of teletherapy.
All right, our next question comes from Dan. Hey, Dan.
I feel really great when I'm productive at work and busy socially and getting through all of the things on my daily schedule, but it sometimes just feels impossible to actually accomplish everything that I meant to do. How can I let things go without feeling badly about being less productive?
I love this question because we're told we need to do all the things for wellness, but it is near impossible to do all the things all the time. And that is actually stressing us out, trying to check all these boxes for wellness. So what I say is go week by week, prioritize. What do I need this week? What's going to help me? Whether it's being social, there's certain projects I need to check off for work, and write them down. And I say write them down because we use a lot of neuro energy just trying to remember those lists, circulating them. So prioritize. Go week by week, and then focus on what you've done, what you've accomplished, instead of what you didn't get to get that week.
And sleep, very important.
Sleep's so important. Do not sacrifice sleep to check off that list.
All right.
Okay.
Great tips, yeah.
Thanks so much. Really appreciate
Good to see
it. And as always, if you or someone you know is in crisis, contact the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by texting 988. Third hour of today, we'll be right back.
You get one beautiful life to live. What are you going to do?
This show is so fun, but having you as a positive force means really the world.
Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold, okay?
We have this circle of women that love each other.
I decided I'm going to go with the rhythm of life.
And you love riding the wave.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Yeah.
I love you too. You get one beautiful life to live. Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold.
We have this circle of women that love each other.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Yeah.
I love you too.
Today is now a podcast available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, podcast fans, ready to unlock our true crime mysteries? Try Dateline Premium on Apple Podcasts. You'll get early access to originals, plus bonus content, and everything is ad-free. So head to Apple Podcasts now to subscribe.
Today is now a podcast available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
When was the last time you made space to listen to somebody?
What I learned from a very young age
is radical love, radical forgiveness.
We are meeting people one after the next who've made profound changes.
It showed a lot of personal strength for me. Why am I trying to make other people happy over myself?
So many life lessons that are going on in these conversations. We're watching a transformation.
Join Hoda Kotb for her podcast, Making Space. Listen now.
Well, that's our show for today. Tomorrow on the third hour, we are catching up with 8-time Grammy winner Carrie Underwood.
Cool.
And the only, one and only Lin-Manuel Miranda joins us live in studio,
It
too.
is going to
Just him is enough.
It's going to be an amazing show. Coming up on Hoda and Janet, Victoria Beckham.
We will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Today, fashion icon and British beauty Victoria Beckham catches us up on her famous family. Plus, country music's hottest new sensation, Calista makes her Today Show debut. And the countdown is on for Halloween, and we've got some haunted hacks, DIY decor, and so much more.
It's Today with Hoda and Jenna. It all starts right now.
Let's go! Hey, guys. Welcome in October 13th. Wait a minute. Sunday, today's Willie Geist knows our theme song. How's it go?
Get up.
Yeah, that's exactly
I was trying
it.
to do the Jenna dance, but I'm not as good as she is. She's got like a little lean on her.
She does. Jenna's got a funky dance.
She can
She's
move.
got a little mom dance, I think.
She does. And she has that in private, too, like at a party. Same dancing.
You know exactly how it
Same
goes.
dancing, yeah.
Speaking of dancing, since we're talking about Jenna and dancing,
Sure.
let me tell you something. You have some real, I love, and I'm not just saying this because you're sitting here, I love your Sunday show. When I have an interview with somebody coming up, I say, I wonder if they've done Willie's show. Because if they have, there will be a beautiful, in-depth piece on them, and I'll know more than I'll ever be able to do in a 4-minute Today Show.
Well, I loved you, Clooney, and Julia Roberts.
Oh, God.
That was awesome.
That was really
That was
fun.
me watching you like, oh, that was a good one.
That was fun. But you were asked to interview, or you decided to interview Jack Harlow. What was it about? Like, what was it about him?
You know what it is? Sometimes I'm 47.
Yeah.
So sometimes my radar for younger music
Right.
isn't as strong as it should be, and
Yeah.
I go with like the classics. I have a 15-year-old daughter who was like,
Wait,
why?
she's 15?
She's 15. Yeah, don't get me started. She's great, but 15, how did that happen? She said, why haven't you had Jack Harlow on your show?
Oh.
And I said, tell me more about Jack
Yeah, I
Harlow.
need to
We
know.
started listening to music. She said, not only is his music great, not only is he crazy popular, but he's very smart and charming. He's a good interview. Like there are compilations on YouTube that are Jack Harlow being charming for 10 minutes, and it's him on red carpets and in interviews and all that.
So how did you find him?
So we went to Boston.
Yeah.
My daughter has never asked or come with me to any work-related thing ever.
Ever.
And she's like, when is that? Can I come? So we went to the show. Lucy and her friend Callie came with me to the show in Boston Sunday night.
Okay.
And then we did the interview on Monday. And man, were they right. He is so good live.
Oh, man.
That's a venue at Fenway Park. They have this new music venue that's connected to Fenway Park. About 5,000 people. And when I tell you, these people were packed in, mostly young kids. They knew every word to every song. You know those shows where they're just and fast rap lyrics right back to them.
Okay, so here's you, Dad Willie,
Yeah.
with your daughter Lucy.
Yeah.
So what are you like? Because we had Jimmy Fallon on the other day, and he was talking about how weird he felt being at the Harry Styles concert. He didn't know what to do or how to dance or how to be. What do you do?
I was definitely, for the first time, I was in chaperone mode to start.
So
usually the concerts we go to, we share,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But I had started listening to his music and really liked him, and I do like hip hop. So the minute he came out,
What happened?
you just
You
start in the chair
Oh,
a little
no.
bit, you're here,
And then
it's like, ooh, oh. And you can't help it.
What was Lucy? Was Lucy not paying
they're
attention
up
to you?
dancing.
Oh, so
the girls are up dancing, going crazy.
yeah.
They're all psyched about it.
And you brought some guys from the show. They went too. Who
Yeah,
else went?
Matt Carluccio,
Yeah.
who's our EP,
Yeah.
Paul Manson, our senior producer on the Sunday show. It was one of those things where all the kids were like, heard about it and said, we have to go. So
my
Jack and his team
God.
were incredibly kind and generous to us.
Did you
when we went to the
always
show.
love hip hop ever since you were?
Middle school. LL Cool J, 1987, I think. I grew up in Jersey, and it was really starting to blow up here in New York.
Yeah.
And so there were local cable access shows out of New York that we got. There's one called Video Music Box.
Yeah.
And we were turned on to it from mid-'80s.
And did you introduce it to your kids, or did your kids come to enjoy
You know what?
it?
It's so mainstream now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like hip hop is the mainstream. Where for us it was like, oh, there's this new
it's
art form, and I'm cool because I listen to hip hop.
Yeah.
Now that is mainstream. That is and that's part of Jack Harlow's point. Is he said when I grew up, not that long ago, he was only 24. It wasn't like crazy that the white kid from Kentucky loved hip hop and was rapping because it was all we were doing anyway. So that interview airs Sunday. He is really smart. Very wise for a 24-year-old. Understands his career and where.
Did your daughter get to meet him?
She did have a moment with him.
Did she freak?
She did well. I was proud of her. She did well. She was cool.
She didn't. Hey, how are you?
Before and after, a little like. But during, it was like. Hey.
I can't believe of all the people you've interviewed, this is the first time. That tells you just how hot this guy is.
He's huge. I mean, he sells out arenas and the rest of he's going to Europe from here. He's really, really good. And he's young. He's got a huge future ahead of him. He did Industry Baby with Lil Nas X. That song is him.
Yeah.
First Class, of course, with the Fergie sample. So he's got all these #1 hits.
I love
he's great.
You. First Class, of course, with the Fergie sample.
Yeah, the Fergie sample.
Totally normal.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a new list out.
Yes.
And this is a list of the hottest bald men of 2022.
Oh.
Now, can I just ask you before we get to the list, because I think it's important, do you ever have any fears as a man that one day you're going to run your fingers through your hair and go, oh my God, is that a space?
Sure. I mean, here's the thing. My grandfather, you're supposed to look at your mother's father, I think.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Big, thick head of hair, which I've always had too.
Yeah.
So
Good.
it may
So
come.
okay.
It hasn't started yet. But of course, men definitely have that. What's good though now is
hair
we've been
plugs?
accustomed. No, that's not good. Is that like once it happens, people just take it down right away.
Yeah,
There's no fighting it anymore.
Why?
It looks good
yes,
when you take it
people
away.
like it. All right, so these are our top 5. Last year's #1 was Prince William, but he's been dethroned.
Oh.
Did you know he was #1?
No, I did not.
#3, drum roll please, Shamar Moore.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
That's a cool guy right there.
No, that's what bald should look like, right there, right there.
You're just drinking that in, aren't you? Let's
Real
hold it. #3, hold.
Okay, #2 is Stanley Tucci.
Tucci.
You know what? You've interviewed him. Have you for your show?
No.
Not yet?
No,
Okay,
he's
not
on
yet.
the wish list. Well, that's going to happen. Yeah.
Okay, and the #1 bald person is bald person. Vin Diesel's #1. Wow.
Vin Diesel. He's had that dome. Like that's
him.
He's a lifer
Wait,
almost.
what about The Rock? Is
I
The Rock
thought it would have
bald?
been The Rock.
Is The Rock even
Is he
in the
on the
top?
list?
#9? Who was voting? Wait, what was the
what's the source? I'm going to need some sourcing on this.
So, anyway, they do a combination of cranial glow. They have a lot of different things. But, Willie, just in case, you don't have to worry about it, but we just wondered, does Willie have the kind of head that would look good bald?
Oh, no. Take it down immediately. That's terrifying. Wait, I said taking it down is the way to go? I can't take it down if that's what it's going to be. That genuinely, I'm shocked.
Okay, thank God for your mother's father.
But if it happens, I can't take it down. I just saw what it's
No,
going to
you
look like.
can't.
What do I do? Comb over?
You have
plugs.
to.
You said
Plugs.
it. Get the
Plugs.
plugs.
All right, we got a drink for you. Move over, Aperol Spritz. There's a hot new drink in town. It's called, what's it called?
Negroni Spagliato with Prosecco.
Okay, let's try it.
It's a Negroni with sparkling wine instead of gin. I guess an actor on the big House of Dragon show on HBO made it viral after talking about it in an interview. People are ordering it and posting about it.
I know your drink. You drink whiskey straight.
Yeah,
bourbon.
just give me the bourbon on the rocks.
Straight. That's what you do.
Yeah.
But this is cheers.
The Negroni is good generally. Let's see how this one goes. It's nice. Maybe like by the pool in the summer.
I have a question.
Not an everyday drink.
I have a question of what you just did there.
What did I do?
There's a straw that I immediately went to sip, and you immediately shoved it into your drink. Why don't men like
Isn't
to
that
drink
interesting?
out of a straw?
I don't know. It feels small and weak or something.
You literally
I don't know.
went like that.
I use the straw when it comes at a restaurant.
swirl.
I stir it and then I put it on the cocktail napkin. I don't want it gets in the way.
No, and then you drink. You don't, but you don't ever drink out of the straw.
I don't think so.
No.
That's for milkshakes.
Milkshakes. All right. Okay.
It is tasty.
Are you ready to play one of our favorite games, Willie?
I love a game.
All right, we're calling it Real or Unreal, the Halloween edition. So you guys play along with us, too, but it's coming up right after this.
Okay.
Thought it was now, but
Live from Ukraine, from Uvalde, Texas, from Mayfield, Kentucky. To cover the news, you have to be in it. This is how so many towns and cities are protecting themselves. You can actually see they're pushing the gates open. Was there a school officer on campus? That's what we've been told. No. Do you remember any tornado as bad as this one? You look at this and you're thinking, we're not going to have power for weeks. It's not months. Exactly. Every night, it's your news playlist.
Top Story with Tom Llamas. Weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now. Hallie Jackson Now. Weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
all right, well, this is our favorite time of the day. We call it game time.
I love game time.
Yes.
The great Donna is here to host. Hello, Donna.
Hi, Willie. You know you love a game, so we wanted to welcome you back with one.
Thanks, Donna.
Since Halloween is coming up, we're going to play an edition of Real or Unreal Halloween. So here's how it's going to go.
Okay.
I'm going to read you a movie title and synopsis, and then you let me know if you think the movie is real or unreal. They're all Halloween movies.
Okay, we're ready.
And you can each answer, all right? So here we go. First up. Things that go quack in the night. Duck, duck, spook. When a witch curses a local pond after a fateful run-in with a group of tourists, unsuspecting ducks are bewitched into an evil flock, seeking retribution on those who have wronged them.
I feel like it's a complicated
Real
plot.
or unreal?
It's definitely unreal.
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 They're correct.
No way, right?
But you know what? We'll see the real answer.
Okay, we each get one.
Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Come on, don't slide us our points.
Okay, next. Spirit Halloween the movie. When a Halloween store opens in a deserted strip mall, 3 friends, thinking they've outgrown trick-or-treating, decide to spend the night locked inside. But their night of fun soon turns to outlandish survival. Real?
Survival?
Or unreal?
Real.
I think it's real. I love a good Spirit Halloween.
You're correct.
Yeah.
That
It
feels
came out
good.
on September 30th.
Spirit Halloween. You ever been to one of those pop-up shops?
No.
One on 72nd.
Oh, there is one
Where you
there?
go every Halloween and get the
Oh.
Very scary to get the costume.
It follows what happens if a Spirit Halloween store was built on top of an old orphanage.
Ooh.
By the way.
In
case you want to spook. Okay, up next. Always be my boo. When Lacey finds herself alone on Halloween without plans, she takes a walk through a graveyard and meets a hunky ghost named Jack. When the two fall for each other, they must navigate dating in the mortal or immortal realm.
I mean, that just sounds like a nice rom-com.
Real or unreal?
Yeah.
Are you going with real? I'm going to go unreal.
I think it's real.
Hoda, you're right. Look at you. That's.
Who's dating a ghost, okay?
I mean, honestly, it would be a good Hallmark or Lifetime
Yeah, I'd
movie,
watch
don't you
that.
think?
Okay.
I'd watch
Okay.
it. Okay, next. Thanksgiving 3.
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, you heard that
Okay,
right.
this is so sad.
A demonic turkey returns in the latest installment of this Thanksgiving horror flick as he carves through the likes of a rapping grandma, a space worm,
through?
and other unsuspecting
You
victims.
said
Yes.
Thanksgiving 3,
Thanksgiving
meaning there have
3.
been 2 already.
Well, maybe. One would think.
Good assessment.
Since it is.
It's a trilogy. I'm going to say it's real.
I'm going to say unreal.
Okay, you are correct. It's real. But you want to hear a fun fact about Thanksgiving 3?
Not really, but go ahead.
It skipped the sequel. It skipped the sequel, so you would think it's a trilogy, but
It's like
really,
Sharknado,
Yeah.
except for...
Exactly. Okay, it's a tie.
Oh,
Oh, well,
All right,
this
getting
is
excited.
I knew it was going to be
Last
done.
one. Are you
last
ready?
one.
Yeah.
Okay, Llamageddon. It's a
Llamageddon.
bird, it's a plane, it's a llama? In this woolly terror, a killer llama from outer space crash lands on Earth and brings death and destruction to everyone in its path.
I'm gonna,
Real
Unreal.
or unreal?
Unreal.
Are you both sure?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go real with that look.
It's real.
That's real?
Yeah.
Wait, are you
Yes, I think that. Yeah, so it was originally made as a student film.
Llamageddon?
So congrats to you students. Now it's being talked about on the Today Show. It was released in 2018 and featured a real llama in the title role.
Who greenlit that?
Mom again.
I want a name.
You know, I was wondering the same thing.
Thank you, Donna.
Thanks, Donna. Up next, how about this? Victoria Beckham.
Come on, the fashion and beauty icon opens up about her famous family, her new projects, and that tattoo on her wrist. More after this. Coming up tomorrow,
the remarkable way one woman is taking up the fight against breast cancer.
Plus, Zooey Deschanel and Eliza Schlesinger stop by.
That's all Friday on Hoda and Jenna.
I think when you open your eyes, you get to decide, how's my day going to be? We want to be a way to start your day, lighten your load, every single morning.
I love mornings. They're full of possibility. And how you start your day sets the tone for the whole day.
We need to pull up one extra chair at the table.
We feel like we're right there with you.
Just ahead, in this half hour, we're going to introduce you to...
Because every day we start our morning so you can take on yours.
I think when you open your eyes, you get to decide, how's my day going to be? We want to be a way to start your day, lighten your load, every single morning.
The studio buzzing this morning, Hoda.
Totally.
Buzzing. Victoria Beckham in the house.
She was here. We had a whole bunch of paparazzi outside looking for her. We all know that we knew Victoria first as Posh Spice, but over the last 15 years, she's built a thriving fashion and beauty business. She's a mom of 4. She's been married to David Beckham for more than 20 years, and I had a chance to talk with her earlier all about it. I'm so happy to be sitting with you. I'm always happy when I get to sit with you, but I feel like this time it's a little different. I feel like you are sitting in a moment in your life. I feel like there's something different happening. You're 48, you're having this incredible moment in your professional life. Your kids are growing, you're comfortable, more comfortable in your own skin. Do you feel like there's something happening in this moment for you?
I feel very happy. I feel very, very happy, very blessed. Professionally, I've just had a big moment for my brand. Finally, post-COVID, going back to showing my collections with my first big show in Paris felt like such a triumph. I mean, it really, really was. And I said to myself, in the middle of the pandemic, I said, if I am lucky enough to do another show, I'm going to really, really enjoy it. Because in the past, you know, you become quite bogged down with the stress of it all. And I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it. So I feel very happy professionally to have this creative outlet, making women feel empowered.
And I love that you were vulnerable. You were like, you know what? This is amazing. Like, you just paused in the middle of a moment where you could have been how a lot of people depict you. Keep it together. Oh, look at me, always stylish. But instead, you were like, this is me right now.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, I planned on coming out, having a great picture at the end of the show. And I just saw my husband, I saw my children, I saw my parents. And I just got very emotional because it felt like such a moment, because my ultimate dream has been to build a luxury fashion and beauty house of the future. And I'm really, really on this journey and loving it.
Do you think people think you're untouchable? I think people look at you and think, like, they're almost afraid to come near you because, you know what?
You're not afraid to come near me.
I'm never afraid. But I feel like you, when I sit with you, I feel this incredible, like, connection and warmth. And when I look at a picture, I see, like, perfection. I feel like you're two different.
Well, that's very kind of you to say that. You know, I think this is the great thing about social media, and why I love it so much is it really enables me to communicate with my customer and my community and for them to get to know me. And the fact that that is very different to the picture that the media likes to paint, you know. Look, I'm a mum. I'm a working mum. I love to have fun. I love to spend time with my family and work very hard.
You're so normal. You're really so normal. Can I see your tattoo that everyone's been talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so everyone's been talking about how there was a tattoo there and now there's not.
Yeah.
What is it was your husband's initials. Obviously, you've been married forever. There's nothing there. But why did you decide, I'm going to try to just clean that area off?
You know, I had these tattoos a long, long time ago, and they just weren't particularly delicate or very nice. My husband has so many gorgeous tattoos, and the children do, and they're very fine, and they've had them created by the most phenomenal artists. But mine were just a little bit thick, and they were bleeding a little bit, and just not looking as pretty.
So you just wanted kind of a little, was there like a little just cleansing?
A little bit of a cleanse. Yeah, they started to bleed and go almost like a sort of bluey colour. So they just didn't look so nice. So it doesn't mean anything more than that. I think that the media started to speculate, was I leaving my husband? No, I was just a bit sick of the tattoo. It's as simple as that.
Well, you know, you guys have been married forever, 23 years. And I was just thinking how cool it would be to be Brooklyn, to look at your son who's starting his married life, can look and see, that's how you do it. What lessons do you think you're teaching him? I'm not necessarily saying by saying, here, honey, ABC, but just by watching what a relationship looks like.
No, I think it's about being a close family and having the lines of communication always open and just being there. I think that you can never really offer advice. You know, the kids have to figure it out themselves, you know, but you have to be there, and we're very close. And all I want is my children to be happy, and what more can you ask for, really?
You can't ask for anything more. Let's talk about this new beauty line, because we know that obviously you're in the very front of all the fashion industry. This beauty line is beautiful, elegant, easy, I think is a good way to put it. I mean, this eyeliner, you are on fire about this eyeliner. Tell us what it is that you're so passionate about.
For me, it was about building a luxury fashion and beauty house of the future with a strong focus on sustainability, inclusivity, and clean formulas. And I love it. I love this creative outlet. I'm obsessed with makeup, and I'm just creating what I have never been able to find in my makeup bag. I'm very, very involved. I've never been someone that just likes to put my name on things. There's nothing wrong with that. There's room for everybody. But for me, it's very important that I'm involved every single step of the way, not just from the idea, but I get in the labs. I obsess over the details, the size of the pigment in the eyeshadow, those little things. And so this is a real passion of mine, and the makeup has been doing phenomenally well. I mean, the awards that the makeup has won is incredible, because I don't release anything until it is absolutely the best on the market. And our Kajal eyeliners, we literally can't keep them in stock because they're easy to use, clean formulas, and once you've created your look, the wear is absolutely phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And we cannot make enough of these eyeliners. And I'm loving your sort of dual background, because we've just released some new Kajal eyeliners that have a dual effect that are absolutely incredible. There's nothing like it out there.
She's so cool.
She is so cool. I love talking to her. She's real, and you know. Now we know the story behind the tattoos.
Yes,
that's it.
You guys covered a lot of ground.
We got
tattoos,
it all covered.
concealer, you did it all.
Coming up, the perfect plate of pasta for fall.
Yeah, our pal Scott Conant cooks up one of his very best dishes. We'll go join Scott upstairs right after this.
These days, it feels like the news never stops. So let's get into it. What's happening right now, what it all means for you for an hour every day. It can be hard to keep up, so let's get started together.
Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
Live from Ukraine, from Uvalde, Texas, from Mayfield, Kentucky. To cover the news, you have to be in it. This is how so many towns and cities are protecting themselves. You can actually see they're pushing the gates open. Was there a school officer on campus? That's what we've been told. No. Do you remember any tornado as bad as this one? You look at this and you're thinking, we're not going to have power for weeks, if not months. Exactly. Every night, it's your news playlist.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now. Now Tonight with Joshua Johnson, streaming weeknights at 8 on NBC News Now.
I think when you open your eyes, you get to decide, how's my day going to be? We want to be a way to start your day, lighten your load, every single morning.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
October is National Pasta Month, and today we are in for a treat because our pal Scott Conant is cooking for us.
Scott is hosting Peroni's Taste of Italy tomorrow night at the 15th Annual New York City Wine and Food Festival, where 100% of the net proceeds will benefit God's Love We Deliver. Hey, Scott, good to see you, man.
Good to be here. Thank you for having me.
So it's you and Alex Gornicelli, is that
me and Alex, my good friend
Come
Alex.
on.
We're going to have a blast.
That's a party.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That event is a party.
She's always so much fun. I
She's
love her
wild.
so much, and she's such a great inspiration. She is just blowing up lately, so we're going to have a good time.
Cool. All right, what are we
Good. We're going to make some pasta. I got penne. It's cooking over there. We have pancetta, butternut squash. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take this butternut squash. I think a lot of people get, it's a little bit of a challenge, butternut squash. You have to peel it. You have to take the seeds out of the interior. So I always say there's 2 layers on that you really want to get rid of, that exterior, and then there's a whitish layer. You want to get rid of that as much as possible. And then cut it into like 1-inch chunks, just like this. Very simply put it on a sheet tray, a little bit of salt.
Classic.
A little bit of olive oil.
Always.
You could toss it in a bowl and then put it together. I roast that in like a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes or so.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So I really like that hard exterior. Then I take this pancetta, so raw pancetta. We're going to dice it just like this, and then cook it in this pan that we have here. I already have some in there.
Okay, so you chop it up into
little pieces, and then we're going to let that render out quite a bit.
Did you put olive oil, or is that just the fat?
I added a touch of olive oil to it just to get it going.
A little crispy pancetta is so good on anything, right? Gives us a little texture.
Yeah, and I was just saying to Hoda that not a single calorie in this pancetta.
Yes. Is that right?
That's the
Look at that. It's that special
This is the
kind.
special stuff.
All right.
We're going to let that render out and get a little bit crispy. And then we're going to add a little bit of sage pancetta. I mean, all these autumnal flavors.
What is this?
That's a little bit of sliced shallot, a pinch of crushed red pepper. Just going to let that cook until it looks like this. This is getting a little darker than I'd like it to be. What we can do is take this penne right out, you see, and I utilize that cooking liquid as well.
So you use that pasta water in there?
That's pasta water. So that pasta water, what happens is, this is the same pasta water, and then as I cook that down, it's going to continue cooking the pasta about the rest of the way. So I cook the pasta about 90% of the way here. I finish it in this pasta cooking liquid.
Do you like your pasta al dente or regular?
I like it al dente.
Everyone likes it chewy.
Yeah.
Hey,
well, it's the texture that's so delicious.
You like a little bite?
A little bite, yeah.
Okay. Do you do what I do, Scott? Do you just pull one out and try it to know it's done?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I don't take the spaghetti and throw it against the wall.
Does anyone actually do that or not?
I mean, somebody must do it.
Yeah, at some point somebody did.
That butternut squash is amazing.
The butternut squash is so good. That concentration of flavor. Something as simple as throwing it in the oven, it's great. I do it with broccoli and cauliflower, autumn squashes, all that stuff. It's great.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Anything more you can tell us about you and Alex in the event?
Oh, my God, it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't even know how many restaurants are participating. Nice. It's a ton of restaurants. I think there's still some tickets available, which is the fun part. Alex is going to sing a song, I think, at some point.
Is she?
Yeah, I'm putting her on the spot now. I hope she's watching this. I think she's going to. There's some of those Italian classics, you know? Yeah, like The Godfather.
There you go.
You're tan. Where were you?
I live in Arizona.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, always 10.
All right.
You're around 10.
Yeah.
Cool.
For this delicious recipe, and man, is it good, head to today.com/food. And if you're in New York this weekend, you can check out that Wine and Food Festival. Tickets are still available.
Yes. Coming up next, guys, Halloween hacks, DIY ideas for pumpkins, door decor, and more coming up after this.
Live from Ukraine, from Uvalde, Texas, from Mayfield, Kentucky. To cover the news, you have to be in it. This is how so many towns and cities are protecting themselves. You can actually see they're pushing the gates open. Was there a school officer on campus? That's what we've been told. No. Do you remember any tornado as bad as this one? You look at this and you're thinking, we're not going to have power for weeks, if not months. Exactly. Every night, it's your news playlist.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Let's go. This is a critical choke point for this fire. and good evening from New Orleans. Nice to really spend some time with you. Appreciate it.
Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
Now to our series Hackoween, and since we love a good Halloween hack, we turn to TikTok for a little inspiration.
Okay, but instead of you going down the rabbit hole of those videos, we've done the work for you with the help of home and lifestyle expert Jill Bauer. Hey, Jill.
Good morning, Jill Bauer.
It is my first time meeting. It's a pleasure.
Oh my gosh,
I've
well, I
admired you
love
from
being
afar.
here, and
Nice
I
to see
think
you.
you're terrific.
Oh,
So
thank you.
Like happy.
Let's get started. Shall we begin at the front door?
Yeah. So what we did is we looked at some of these TikTok trends that were going on, and tried to figure out how easy really is it to make these things.
Okay.
So I don't know if we want to start with the ghost.
Let's start with the ghost.
Start with the ghost.
Yeah.
Okay. So this ghost is actually made using a tomato cage from your garden.
Wait,
all right.
what?
So, and then all you do is you gather it up at the top. We used a zip tie.
Okay, look at this.
You put
Look
your
what
little
she's-
styrofoam
look at
ball on
Jill.
top.
Yeah.
You can wrap it in lights, which is what we did
I
here.
love the
Like little
With
Christmas
stickers.
lights?
Yeah.
Okay.
Super easy.
And then you just throw
take
a
your
sheet over it?
right? Like,
Oh my God, it takes a couple of minutes.
simple is that?
By the way, that's a brilliant idea.
Just
and
like that.
I'm doing that. I'm doing that.
We can do that.
You have a ghost.
Yeah.
And I love the Christmas lights on.
Just like that.
What about the front
Love
door?
it. So the front door.
Hey,
so our
boo.
inspiration here was we saw somebody over on TikTok who did this really cute "Hey Boo," right? But they were using some of the kind of fancy craft
Okay.
tools. Where I didn't want people to have to do that. So
Yeah.
we did our version here just
Yeah.
using letters that we bought. I found an inexpensive garland, used that for my design.
Brilliant.
So that's the "Hey Boo." So super
So
easy.
this is how you make it.
This is
Okay.
how you make it. What I love about this, you guys, is
Yep.
that sometimes wreaths are big and bulky on the front
Yep,
door.
yep.
Yeah.
So if you have a storm door and things, these flat pieces of wood.
Where do you just get that anywhere?
Craft store,
Oh, craft store.
anywhere.
Okay.
Spray
Okay.
painted it, right?
Okay.
Glued some rope on the back.
Okay,
And then
then-
you just find your favorite little words, glue them in
And
place.
that's just a glue gun.
And that's
Stick
all
it
you do.
on.
And you can have your cute
And you're in
little
business.
trick or
And you
treat.
got these from a craft store too?
All craft
All
store.
craft store.
Right now, the best time to
Wow.
shop for this stuff, it's all on sale.
Now these-
They're bringing in Christmas. You're ready to do Halloween.
These are next level pumpkins. What have you done to these?
Okay, so this is one of my favorite things because you can do them in a really like high-end decorative way. So for people who want pumpkins but don't want Halloween,
Okay,
you can
yeah.
make them look fancy. All these are, you guys, are napkins that we've decoupaged on top of this.
Wait, what?
Okay, so let's do it,
What do
all
we
right?
do?
All
How
right.
do we do this?
Poor Willie, you're going to get, integrated
I'm
into
ready.
crafting
No, I'm
here.
into
He's
it.
ready.
Yeah.
We just cut up the napkins. I cut some
Okay,
pieces
here,
over there
okay,
for you,
sure.
Hoda.
Okay,
All
and
you
then
do is put some glue on your pumpkin.
Glue on your pumpkin.
Glue your pumpkin.
Yep. Stick on the paper.
Stick on the paper.
You do that all the way around to get
Okay.
it completely covered.
Sure.
And
You put
then you
glue on
do
top?
one more layer covering the pumpkin with the glue. It dries and becomes this.
Oh, yeah, that's real solid too.
Right?
That's nice.
So you
Yeah.
have this really cool protective finish. I love this for kids, Hoda. If you don't want them to cut out
Brilliant.
the shapes, they can rip the shapes.
Look how, by the way, that
Those
is
are
such
great.
a beautiful finish.
Aren't they fun?
I feel
know,
like
I love
you're
this.
an expert. I don't know if mine would look that good, but I'm
Yeah.
going to give it a
No,
shot. I'm
this is
gonna
what
give it
I
a
say.
shot.
If Jill can do it, anybody can
Is
do
that
it.
right?
All right?
Fair enough.
Totally,
Hey,
totally.
Can I ask what kind of glue do you use for that?
Yeah, so this is decoupage glue.
Oh,
You know,
decoupage.
it's known Mod Podge. You can
Okay.
get shiny, you can get satin. Every craft store has.
I love it. And did you use, sorry, are those real, you can use real pumpkins or you got these
These
hollowed
are the
out?
fake ones. Yeah,
Fake
like
ones
the fake
work,
plastic
too.
ones.
And you can buy
or
those at a craft
styrofoam
store. Yeah.
at the craft store. Great time to find them right now.
Okay.
Oh, let's cook.
All right, so what we're gonna do here is, you see these skulls, right? We spray painted them,
Oh, boy.
all right? This is not what I
Oh, those
cooked,
were
P.S. and by the way. So, just to be clear, I don't know if you were setting me up there, Hoda. I'm not quite sure what happened. But all we're gonna do here, and I did this on my TikTok, we spray painted them, we glued them together,
Wait,
all
what do
right?
you mean?
So,
Okay,
we're just
show
gonna
us what
glue
you're
this.
doing.
Okay, I'm just gluing
Okay,
this.
take your time.
Got
We've
it.
got plenty of time.
Oh, I do? Okay. Usually I'm so like,
No,
stressed. Okay.
we're not.
So let's push it like
So you
this.
got threes.
All right.
Now what?
Now we take this. This is
What is
from,
this?
again, the garden center.
that's a little
the
piece of pottery.
terracotta
Yeah.
saucer that your flower pots. You'll glue that on top.
Look what she made.
Stop it.
Instant platter.
Oh,
Candlestick
my bad.
holder. No, that's okay. We'll glue it. or you can use it for serving.
Look at that.
By the way, brilliant.
Right? Super easy. If you don't want to use skulls for spooky, you can find the little mini pumpkins and do more of a happy Halloween.
Do the same thing underneath.
Same,
All you need
same
are
kind of an idea.
Glue them together.
Glue them together. That's,
by the way,
super easy.
Jill, brilliant. I just saw cupcakes and I thought you were cooking something. That's why I thought.
Well, you know, I do that too.
I know
today
you do.
we're just doing the
Jill
crafts.
has all the best ideas at, what's your website?
JustJill.com.
JustJill.com. All right, how about another
Jill.
treat?
Great.
Good to see
nice
you.
to
Thank
see
you, Jill.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we have a great performance by country music sensation. By the way, she was discovered on Facebook.
She's really good. Calista Clark sings a song off her debut album right after that.
A masked killer takes aim and fires. A fatal attraction that leads investigators to turn towards their own. Internal Affairs, a new podcast from Dateline. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
Let's go. This is a critical choke point for this fire. And good evening from New Orleans. Nice to go spend some time with you. Appreciate
For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app. Now Tonight with Joshua Johnson, streaming weeknights at 8 on NBC News Now. Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now. Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
The City Music Series on Today is proudly presented to you by City.
That is the voice of Calista Clark. It all started with a cover song she posted to Facebook that absolutely blew up with 29 million views. A record label took notice and signed her at just 15 years old.
Now at 19, Calista has been named one of Billboard's 21 under 21, CMT's Next Woman of Country, and the Grand Ole Opry's Next Stage Class of 2022. And right now, she is making her Today Show debut with the song off her debut album, Real to Me, The Way I Feel. Girl, you were on Facebook, and now everything blew up. Tell us about that rocket ship you've been on.
It has been so crazy the last couple of years. I've been writing in Nashville a ton, and my first album comes out tomorrow.
Were you shocked when you put that video up on Facebook? You sounded great, but it's just you sitting on the floor playing your guitar, and all of a sudden 29 million people watch it?
I was absolutely shocked. I was just scrolling, looking at the chords on my phone. That's why my face is lit up. And I was just like, no one's gonna see this. I'm obviously, like, my hair is not brushed or anything, and 29 million people saw it, and here I am.
Oh my God, what's the small town you grew up in?
It's called Zebulon.
Zebulon. You're on a poster, you're on a big billboard in Zebulon because of your new album. What does your hometown feel like after your success?
It's so incredible. Everyone there is so kind, and everyone knows everybody, and everybody's like family. So I actually still live there with my family, so it's really special to get to go back in the middle of the whirlwind that these last couple of years have been.
All right, we're going to step out of the way and let you do your thing. Here is Calista performing her song, Brave Girl. Take it away.
Brave girl, sitting in the back of the class, afraid to raise your hand. Brave girl, straightening your curls like the mother girls. You don't wanna stand out. You'll learn to love the pieces of your messy, broken heart. All the things you think you hate that make it who you are. Be brave, girl. Jump in and pick your own way, girl. what you're scared for. Fake it till you make it and you'll make it all through. Cause you don't even know the things you're gonna do. Be brave, girl. Jump in and make your own way, girl. Say what you wanna say. Say it like you mean it. You're gonna be okay, even if you don't believe it. Hey, hey, girl. Don't you go and hide in your face, girl. Just head on with a smile, even when you feel afraid. Every single mile, every step along the way. Be brave, you'll learn about the pieces of your messy, broken heart. All the things you think you hate that make you who you are. Brave girl, jump in and make your own wave, girl. Say what you wanna say, say it like you mean it. You're gonna be okay, even if you don't believe it. Hey, hey, girl. Just head on with a smile, even when you feel afraid. Every single mile, every step along the way. Be brave, girl. Be brave, girl. Hey, brave girl. I'm looking in the mirror. You look a lot like me. Brave girl.
Yes! Yes! Oh, that's like an anthem. Like every
was
kid
incredible.
sitting in class
Amazing.
totally feels what you're talking about. That was beautiful. Wow.
How did it feel?
So incredible.
Yeah?
Thank you guys so much for having me.
First
So
Today
nice to
Show
meet you.
appearance. We're so happy to have you for your very first appearance. Don't forget us when you go on your rocket ship launching
I was
to
having that
Lord
thought
knows
while
where.
she was singing. I can't wait to see where this goes. Congratulations.
Congrats.
The debut album is called Real to Me, The Way I Feel, and it is out now. Guys, great job. Thank you.
We're back right after this. You get one beautiful life to live. Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold.
We have this circle of women that love each other.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Love ya.
Love you too.
The day's biggest political stories with trusted insight and expert analysis. A daily look at the politics behind the headlines. Meet the Press Now, streaming weekdays at 4 p.m. on NBC News Now. Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
I think when you open your eyes, you get to decide, how's my day going to be? We want to be a way to start your day, lighten your load, every single morning.
Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now. Now Tonight with Joshua Johnson, streaming weeknights at 8 on NBC News Now.
When was the last time you made space to listen to somebody?
What I learned from a very young age is radical love, radical forgiveness.
We are meeting people one after the next who have made profound changes.
It showed a lot of personal strength for me. Why am I trying to make other people happy over myself?
So many life lessons that are going on in these conversations. We're watching a transformation.
Join Hoda Kotb for her podcast, Making Space. Listen now.
Thank you, Willie.
I love you.
Don't you love Willie? Thank you so much. Zooey Deschanel is going to be here tomorrow.
Plus, the very funny Eliza Schlesinger will be here.
Yeah, Jen and I will see you Friday. Thanks again, Willie.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
Have a good Thursday. Bye.
All Day contributor Cacique Foods, and each week I'm here with the must-have fashion and beauty products at a price you'll like in Style Finder.
I'm Shop All Day contributor Makon Jovu, and I'm bringing you industry insiders and those in the know to share all the buzzworthy products sweeping social media in influencer trends.
And I'm lifestyle expert and founder of PSI Made This, Erica Damasek. I'm here with products and projects you can buy to DIY. And the best part is anyone can do it. This is Shop All Day Fall Harvest.
Hi, I'm Shop All Day contributor Cacique Foods, and we're back today with another episode of Shop All Day. And today we are bringing you all things fall to get you in the autumn mood. Think apple picking, tailgates, and cooler weather with even cooler style. From knit sets that are machine washable, yes, knit is a big trend you'll be seeing, to a midi dress that screams fall for under $35. And we don't just stop at fashion. We have accessories too, from jewelry trends to fall footwear. Not to mention sweet treats you can make yourself with the apples you picked. And remember, see that QR code at the corner of your screen? You can use the camera on your smartphone to scan it for instant access to the products on the show today. So let's get to it. First, let's talk about a big trend for fall, all things knit. I fell in love with this cozy knit sweater and lounge pant set from The Drop, which is Amazon's fashion-forward private label. And I'm a huge fan of sets in general because they're fashion no-brainers. I mean, you can wear them together and look instantly pulled together, or split them up and mix them in with your entire wardrobe. So first, let's talk about the sweater. It is a super plush and soft crew neck pullover style. I mean, check out these bell sleeves, and it even has a slit back vent. And I love this cuddle chic rib texture. It's got a loose silhouette that also makes a fab layering piece. And I also like the length. I mean, it hits just below the hip, which is really flattering. Wear it with your leggings, jeans, skirts, truly anything. Or go for the set like I did and pair with the matching knit pants, which I must say are among the most comfortable I've worn in a long time. Now on to one of my ultimate fall go-tos, the midi dress. When in doubt, I reach for a great midi again and again. It never lets me down. In fact, I have a few that I keep in constant rotation. So I am thrilled to share with you this incredibly stylish and affordable find in my favorite print ever, leopard. Look how fantastic this midi is. It's got a great wrap style top with a little snap to make sure that it keeps closed, and an elastic waistband, thank you very much, and a super flattering tiered A-line silhouette, and of course, that perfect midi length. And how about these two autumnal takes on the leopard print? You can choose between these little fabulous tiny micro leopard print and a larger leopard spot print. I'll take them both. And this is another closet essential that will take you absolutely everywhere. Wear with tall boots or booties, or dress down with sneakers or flats. Next, I am a huge fan of this multitasker, the turtleneck bodysuit. Can't you tell? And I'm not alone. It's a bestseller with over 35,000 ratings, and for good reason. You can pair it with virtually everything in your closet. Now, here's what makes this one so great. It's like an elevated take on the classic turtleneck. It gives a smooth line, no constant tucking your shirt in all the time, which I love. I find it to be such an easy to wear cut. And I am also a big fan of this, really easy stretch fabric. And when I say it's versatile, I'm not kidding. Wear it with absolutely everything. Jeans, a cute pleated midi skirt, trousers, and it's also perfect for layering. And you can choose from sizes extra small to XXL. Now for the ultimate fall accessory that just screams fall vibes, the wide brim cowboy hat. I mean, how great would this hat look with our midi dress, by the way, or pretty much everything we've got with us today? you'll see this hat all over social media as the must-have instant outfit maker. And these amazing takes are from Forever 21, and they're under $20. But I think they look so much more expensive. And they're made with this really nice felt-like material, and they've got an elongated brim, and that is what is so key to the trend. And they've also got this great dimpled crown, and it's sort of dimpled here on the sides. It gives it that great Western cowboy feel that's so hot this season. And they're finished with a really pretty velvet ribbon. Can you see that? I think that's so, so great. And you can choose from 8 different colors. And lastly, a bucket bag, which is having quite the moment this fall. Yes, we got another high-style, low-price fall accessory that you're gonna wanna add to your cart ASAP. So meet the faux leather bucket tote. And can you believe that this bag is under $30? I mean, I love the way the silhouette looks, but I also love how much room this style affords. I mean, look, there's plenty of space for everything you need to carry. Of course, your wallet and essentials, but also it fits your laptop, notebooks, water bottle, gym clothes, and more. And I love this thicker width strap with the silver and gold slide bolt hardware. It's really got this equestrian vibe. And how great, honestly, does this look on the shoulder? It's kind of like the perfect length. And it also comes, check this out, with a matching smaller pouch that you can use for organizing, or you can wear it as a crossbody. I mean, it comes with its own thin strap, which you can also use with the tote. You can see here, we switched out the strap from the thicker one to the thinner one. And I also like this outsized pocket detail, right? And the color selection in all the fall classics. And though this bag is absolutely fabulous for fall, the bag also works year-round. So let's run through all the products one more time. We've got the knit sweater and pants set, the fall midi dress, the mock turtleneck bodysuit, the Forever 21 cowboy hat, and the leather bucket tote. And just so you know, Today works with affiliate partners and earns a commission on purchases made through our links at today.com. That's it for Style Finder. Up next, McCo and Lovu is talking to star jewelry designer Stephanie Gottlieb. She'll show us her fall favorites, from her signature hoops to affordable fall footwear. And later, Erica Domisek shows us how to make caramel apples with the bounty that you pick. So stay with us.
The general election is right around the corner. It's time to plan your vote. We'll provide everything you need to know to successfully cast your ballot. Just select any state you want to learn about, and you'll instantly get voting rules. See the next big deadline, learn how to take action for your plan, and even help others make their plans. Voting rules have changed since 2020, and those rules vary from state to state. So it's time to get planning for November. Visit NBCnews.com/planyourvote today.
Now Tonight with Joshua Johnson, streaming weeknights at 8 on NBC News Now.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
A masked killer takes aim and fires. A fatal attraction that leads investigators to turn towards their own. Internal Affairs, a new podcast from Dateline. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
I love mornings. They're full of possibility. And how you start your day sets the tone for the whole day.
We need to pull up one extra chair at the table.
We feel like we're right there with you.
Just ahead, in this half hour, we're going to introduce you to...
Because every day we start our morning so you can take on yours.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Let's go. This is a critical choke point for this fire. And good evening from New Orleans. Nice to really spend some time with you. Appreciate it.
A masked killer takes aim and fires. A fatal attraction that leads investigators to turn towards their own. Internal Affairs, a new podcast from Dateline. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi there, welcome back. I'm Makon Dovu, and this is Influencer Trends, where I'll be talking to industry insiders, and they'll share their favorite products and the must-have items to shop for right now. And don't forget the QR code on the corner of your screen. Use the camera on your smartphone and scan it to shop these products. Stephanie Gottlieb has her own fine jewelry line, including rings, necklaces, and more. Plus, you might have seen her statement hoops brightening up social media. We're so excited to chat with her. Hi, Stephanie. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm so excited that you're here. Let's take a step back. Let's talk about your background. How did you get started designing jewelry? Did you always know that you wanted to make a career out of it?
So I have always loved jewelry and accessories in general, but this is not necessarily where I saw myself ending up. When I graduated from college, I took an internship at a diamond company, and I ended up staying at that company for 5 years. And then I just wanted to try something on my own, and so I did. And now, almost 10 years later, this baby has turned into something so different than I ever imagined it would be, but it's been such an incredible journey.
I love the way you connect with your following on social media. You have a very engaged audience. If you were to give advice to anyone who wants to have that sort of same kind of relationship with their audience, what would you say to them?
I think it's so much about building community and being able to offer something to your audience. So is there advice or education that you can provide so that they feel like they're really getting something out of that relationship with you?
Yeah, education, but also I feel like we get insight into your personal life as well on social media. Your babies, toddlers are so cute, right? What have they taught you about just being an entrepreneur, and how have they changed the way you approach and design jewelry as well?
Having children is a huge lesson in patience, and that helps in all areas of life as you grow a team and learning to manage people. As I design, I'm definitely keeping in mind, like, is my son going to be able to pull this off my neck? Is my daughter going to yank this out of my ear? Those are considerations. I want the jewelry to be able to be worn and loved. And so you do have to think about the practicality of things too.
I love that. Practical, but still fashionable at the same time. Let's get into some top trends for fall. What can we expect in the jewelry department for fall?
Okay, so obviously we've seen Y2K has been a huge part of the fashion trend throughout the year. I think that's going to continue. Lots of colors and throwbacks with butterflies, a lot of chunky chains, and going into fall, I see, some more muted color. In particular, we have designed some of our bestsellers with some more fall tones. So our electric hoop, which I'm wearing.
Yeah, let's get into the product selections that you have. And that was a beautiful segue. Let's talk about this electric hoop. Absolutely stunning. So is this for everyday wear, or are these pieces for like special occasions?
These are totally for everyday wear. And I think most of the jewelry that I design is intended to be worn as much as you possibly can. And that's even something I do with sort of the dressier pieces. This is actually titanium.
Wow.
And it's finished with an anodized finish. So that's what gives it its fun color. So we have a whole spectrum of colors. And for fall, we're introducing this really fun, like caramel copper color.
And I also love how lightweight it feels as well. It really is incredible. Let's move on and talk about the enamel box hoops as well. So when it comes to color, Stephanie, I'd love to hear your insight. Since these do have colors, should we do a whole monochromatic sort of look? Should we mix and match colors? Lead us, show us the way.
Jewelry is the perfect place for you to pop a little bit of color. So, throw on a red hoop with whatever, more basic outfit you're wearing. If it's a black long sleeve t-shirt or a white sweater with denim, that's what I like to do with jewelry, is let that be the shining star of your everyday dressing.
That's such a good tip. I love that. Let's talk about accessories as well. This is a really clever product. Is this for working out? How do I rock this, Stephanie?
Okay, so this is the arm arm candy band. We designed this with the intention of putting your engagement ring inside when you are exercising, getting your nails done. And that is something that we tell our brides is take that ring off whenever you can, but at least now you have a safe place to put it. So I keep one of these in every purse that I own. And that way, if I ever need a safe place to stick my ring or even my diamond studs, I've got that here. It has this little zipper, keep it on your wrist, and you don't have to worry.
You know what? I know a bride-to-be, and this is gonna be her gift. That's such a brilliant idea. Speaking of brilliant, this red nail polish, Essie, is one of my favorites. Is it matte? Is it shiny? Let's talk about it.
Okay, this is not ready for bed. It lasts the longest. This is a matte finish. This to me is just like the quintessential fall red color.
It's such a beautiful color. I can just imagine when you're getting your pumpkin spice latte, you have your red nail polish. It's a whole situation. Let's move on to the Bobble Bar iPhone case. Are these customizable or are the names sort of preset?
Yes, these are entirely customizable, and that is something we do with our jewelry too. Anything that you can customize for yourself is something that you will get excited about. So I love this collection. They have such cute cases with different designs. Like I have this one with B for my husband. You can put your kids' names or initials or even just a mantra.
The possibilities are endless. All right, let's talk about these sneakers. These are men's and women's sneakers. Now, I've seen these on my social media. Are these meant for running? Are they a style statement?
Okay, so the sock sneaker has been around for a while. These are so inexpensive. They are so comfy. Yeah, they come in a million different colors and they're just great to kick around. I'm not sure about running, but this is more of like an athleisure sneaker.
I think about people that are going back to school, maybe going to college. This is a great walking around sneaker. And when you talk about back to school and back to college or just the beginning of fall as well, this puffer jacket is absolutely great. And since you're so stylish, I gotta get your input. How do you style this?
Okay, I love this jacket. This also comes in a lot of different colors. You know, I want my fall fashion to be bright and happy, a continuation of summer. So for me, the pink would be my go-to. I would kind of, puff up the sleeves a little bit. It's a little bit oversized and cool. Wear it open until it gets cold and then throw on a cool chunky scarf with it.
Stephanie, this has been such a treat. Thank you so much for joining us today.
This was so fun. Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. All right, you guys, now let's run through all the products one more time. We have the Stephanie Gottlieb jewelry, the arm candy cuff, the Essie nail polish, the Bobble Bar iPhone case, the sock sneakers, and the puffer jacket. And just so you know, Today works with affiliate partners and earns a commission on purchases made through our links at today.com. Up next, Erica Domasek shows us how to add our own flair to fall, from caramel apples, yum, to Halloween cookies. I'm here for it. I'm staying for those. Don't go away.
You get one beautiful life to live. Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold.
We have this circle of women that love each other.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Love ya.
I love you too.
Let's go. This is a critical choke point for this fire. And good evening from New Orleans. Nice to really spend some time with you. Appreciate
I think when you open your eyes, you get to decide, how's my day going to be? We want to be a way to start your day, lighten your load, every single morning. You get one beautiful life to live. What are you going to do?
This show is so fun, but having you as a positive force means really the world to me.
Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold, okay?
We have this circle of women that love each other.
I decided I'm going to go with the rhythm of life.
And you love riding the wave.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Love ya.
I love you too.
Let's go. This is a critical choke point for this fire. And good evening from New Orleans. Nice to really spend some time with you. Appreciate it.
Top Story with Tom Llamas. Weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now. Hallie Jackson Now. Weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
Today is now a podcast available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
These days, it feels like the news never stops. So let's get into it. What's happening right now, what it all means for you for an hour every day. It can be hard to keep up, so let's get started together.
Hallie Jackson Now. Weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm lifestyle expert and founder of PSI Made This, Erica Domisek. I'm falling for fall, and with all the sights and flavors of the season in full swing, I've got fun food crafts that will level up your hosting and the whole family can get in on. And remember, see that QR code at the corner of your screen? You can use the camera on your smartphone to scan it for instant access to the products on the show today. Let's get to it. Let's start with hosting. If you're having a Halloween party, you have to get on board with the Snack-a-Lantern. It's such a fun way to feed a crowd. It's honestly one of my favorite projects, and I do it every season. First up, you're gonna need to get a big board. Now this one here is awesome because it has a ring, which is actually a lip that's gonna hold in your food. What we're gonna do is actually create a Snack-a-Lantern on top of this using all your favorite snacks. Now, use what you have in your pantry, go to the grocery store, anything works. The big tip here is that you wanna use black and orange, obviously for Halloween. So to get started, first you need to make your outline of your eyes and your smile. I chose licorice. And we're just gonna fill it in with some chocolate-covered raisins. You can really use anything that you love. For me, I think the fun part of this is that kids can do this, families can do this, and it is such a showstopper when you bring it over to someone's house or if you keep it to your own house for a party. Now, once you get the eyes set and you get your smile, these are Oreo cookies here, fill in with other fun orange things. For me, I chose the things that my family loves. Honestly, anything orange works. I've got some chocolate here, pretzels. It is the cutest platter, and I promise everybody will freak out. And I hope you love making your Snack-a-Lantern. We have a new take on gingerbread houses, the Haunted Manor. Now, I'm so excited about this. It just launched from Fancy Sprinkles. This is a kit that is gonna wow everybody this season. Now, it comes with molds, easy candy to melt, everything you need right here. You simply put it in your microwave. I like to do it at half power, 30-second intervals until it's completely melted like you see here. You're gonna snip the top, and very carefully, you're gonna pour it right into your mold. See how easily it comes out? Super fun. Now you wanna make sure you fill it to the top. And once you fill it to the top, the kit doesn't come with this, but everybody needs to own a mini offset spatula. You might even have one already. You're simply gonna get it nice and smooth in there, and you wanna make sure you get into all the little crevices and the corners for a smooth panel. Now, you've got a couple different panels on both of these. Now, once they're all completely full, you put them in the refrigerator. Now, just know, it only is gonna come with this dark chocolate color, but you can go to your craft store and get candy melts in so many different colors. As you can see here, I've got purple and green, orange, purple, anything works. Now, when everything's set, you're gonna bring them out. See how hard they are? They pop right out, super easy. And put them on a surface, a cutting board or a cookie tray, and it's time for the decoration part. This one is really fun because we've got these taste-safe brushes that you're simply gonna dip into your luster. I like to start with gold and fill in all the details. Now, they've already been set for you, so it's really easy to follow. You can do medium-sized brushes, you can do little brushes. This is so fun for kids. I love this idea if you're having a bunch of people over and a party, everybody can make one. You simply fill in the ridges and it really comes alive with these colors. You want to dust on in areas that you want to pop. There are windows, it's all fun. I love this so much. Now, when it's totally decorated and all your pieces are good to go, it's time to put it together. Now, just like a gingerbread house, we're not gonna use icing. We're gonna go back to the easy candy, melt it again, and that's our glue. So we simply glue each piece together. Don't worry, the directions are in the box, so you'll know where to put everything. And the really fun part, you get to decorate it with the fancy sprinkles. This blend has really fun colors, even little graves in it. You're gonna use your candy as your glue and sprinkle all the decorations on top to stick so it looks exactly like this. And by the way, you can eat this for weeks. You can keep it on a counter. This also makes for an amazing gift to bring to a house. Hope you guys have fun with it. And of course, we have everyone's fall favorites, the classic candy apples. We have 2 special versions to share with you today. Let's get into it. Now, this one is the caramel apple kit. It's my personal favorite. Grew up eating these. You get 6 different sticks, all the ingredients you see here, so you can make an entire platter for your whole family or a fun little get-together. Now, to get started, you're simply going to take your stick, put it right into the top of your apple. Make sure to remove the little stem. You're going to kind of get it in there and then push in really forcefully, just like that. And you want to make sure it's about halfway in. There you go. It's not going anywhere. Now, you want to make sure your caramel is totally melted. Put it in your microwave for about 30-second intervals, full power until it's nice and liquidy. Now, here's the fun part. We're going right in there, and you're simply going to get your apple completely covered in the caramel. Give it a nice twist, just like that. It's super gooey. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing already. Now for toppings, we have 2 selections. The kit comes with either sprinkles or chopped nuts. If you have allergies, don't need to do those. Just stick with the sprinkles. And we're simply gonna roll in just like this, and it sticks so quick and it looks so cute. Ah, I'm loving this. Take a look. You're gonna put it right on your tray. Let it set, and that's it. Next up, we have the golden apple kit. Now, Fancy Sprinkles makes this amazing and easy. It comes with 6 golden sticks, your same easy candy we used before in the Haunted Mansion, and some gold luster dust. Now, just like before, you're gonna microwave it, melt it, but this time you're gonna clip it, pour it in a bowl, because we're gonna dip it just like that caramel we did before. Now, before you dip it, you obviously need to put the stick in there. These sticks have 2 sides. There's a metallic blue mirrored, and we have the gold. Now take a look at it. There comes with a little foil. You're gonna rip that off, and then you can see that beautiful golden shimmer. And it really just goes right in there. You might need a little force to get it in there. Now, as you can see, ours is totally set. Refrigerate them for 10 minutes, and you're golden. Now for the fun part. I'm simply gonna take my golden luster dust, and yes, of course it's edible. Watch the magic happen. Are you ready? You're simply gonna paint it on, and in seconds, this beautiful hue of metallic gold covers it. Dust it just like this. This is so fun for a party. This is an amazing gift to buy. Take a look at that. It takes seconds. It looks so gorgeous, super luxe, and it's pretty yummy too. And lastly, if you need to keep the kids busy and full, we've got a kit that will do it all. I've got a paint your own Halloween cookie kit that is so fun. Now the kit comes with sugar cookies that have stencils already on there to fill in, and some blank ones. But the innovation is an actual palette of edible food dye with paintbrushes, so you can go right in there. Imagine it's like a watercolor kit, but all edible. So how do you do this? You simply take your cookie. I chose this cute pumpkin design. You're gonna take your paintbrush, you're gonna dip it into water. As you see, I have a couple colors here, so I have a couple different waters because we don't want the colors to get all messed up. I'm gonna choose orange, obviously for the pumpkin, and I'm simply gonna paint it right onto my cookie. Look how cute this is. It comes to life like this. Now, these are the type of kits that I think are perfect for parties. Kids love them. Again, this kit from Williams-Sonoma makes for an amazing gift. I love this as a hostess gift. And they dry in seconds. Now, for your next color, you can use a different brush or go back in there to rinse it off. I'm just gonna, again, wet that, put it right back on this palette. By the way, the palette is a cookie too, so you can eat that. And we're gonna maybe just do a green brim. Have fun with them. Also, if you have littler kids who maybe can't stay in the lines, it comes with blank cookies so they can go crazy. Regardless, anything you do is gonna come out super fun and they're really yummy too. So have fun this Halloween with all of these amazing snacks. They're creative, they're fun, they're a little spooky, and everyone is gonna eat them up. Let's run through everything we talked about one more time. We've got the Snack-O-Lantern, the Haunted Manor, the candy apples, and the paint your own cookie kit. And that's a wrap on Buy and DIY. And for our show, it's been so fun sharing all of our favorites with you. Make sure to tune in next week for an all-new episode of Shop All Day. Thanks for watching.
I'm Shop All Day contributor Cacique Foods, and each week I'm here with the must-have fashion and beauty products at a price you'll like in Style Finder.
I'm fashion and beauty expert Makon Jovu, and I'm bringing you industry insiders and those in the know to share all the buzzworthy products sweeping social media and influencer trends.
And I'm Shop Today editorial director Adriana Brock, and I know shopping trends. I seek out new and notable products so you don't have to in editor's picks. This is Shop All Day Fall Capsule.
Hi, I'm Shop All Day contributor Cacique Foods, and we're back today with another episode of Shop All Day. Now today, we're falling for fall and building a capsule wardrobe, meaning you can wear everything we have on set together in multiple ways. These fresh fall finds are affordable key pieces that will not only update and refresh what you already have, but will also make getting dressed easier. And we've got beauty and accessories to finish off your look too. And remember, see that QR code at the corner of your screen? You can use the camera on your smartphone to scan it for instant access to the products on the show today. So let's start building our fall uniform with one of my favorite wardrobe go-tos, the bodysuit. Do not be afraid of them. This multitasker is the ultimate foundation piece. It's like a fashion secret weapon. And not only is a bodysuit versatile, you can pair it with virtually everything in your closet, but it also elevates. I mean, I think it looks more polished than a tee, and it makes any outfit feel more modern. And you're going to fall in love with this affordable option from Express. Now, here's what makes it so great. First, the fabric. The brand says that it's got a double layer of silky support. And who doesn't love that? And secondly, the cut. It is super fresh and flattering. I love the high crew neck sleeveless silhouette, and the tank is back in a big way. We saw it all over the fall runways. And of course, the snap closure keeps your look crisp, cool, and tucked. I mean, I always feel instantly pulled together when I wear a bodysuit, which is often. And this one's also a great transitional piece. And check out all the colors. I mean, both sophisticated neutrals and on-trend brights. You can wear it on its own when it's warmer out, or as a layering piece when it gets colder. Our next fall fave, the pleated midi skirt, which I like to call the season's it skirt. I mean, look how great it looks with this outfit. See? We've really got an outfit going already. And I gotta say, it's hard to contain my enthusiasm for the pleated midi. I mean, I really love them. I have several and I wear them constantly. I call them a fashion no-brainer because they always work. And this pleated midi is an excellent and affordable example of the trend. It's got a fabulous high waist and an easy A-line silhouette, which is incredibly flattering on most body types. Add in that midi length and you've got a piece that's easy to wear that you will reach for again and again. And the knife pleat detail. It gives it movement and a little something extra. I also like it is a 4-season weight, so you can wear this skirt all year long. And just like our bodysuit, it goes everywhere. Dress it up or down, from sneakers to heels, this skirt always delivers. And because we're building a capsule, this jean jacket is another tried and true foundation piece that is infinitely useful and always brings the cool factor. Think of it as your wardrobe BFF. And if you've been looking to add one into the mix, then you can't go wrong with Old Navy's distressed classic jean jacket. I mean, it's so affordable. This season spanner looks as fab with our bodysuit and midi skirt as it will with your favorite dresses, jumpsuit, or jeans. Yes, Denim on denim, I promise you, is a super hot trend for fall. And this jacket is 100% cotton and has all the classic detailing and a gentle distressed texture. It's also got a really nice and easy relaxed fit and hits just below the waist, which is a really flattering length. And it comes in sizes extra small through 4X. So you can choose between a light and a dark wash, whatever goes best with what's already in your closet. Next, leggings have become the hardest working staple in our wardrobes. And this pair from Onzi is my current obsession and in constant rotation. I have 6 pairs and I wear them daily. Now, what makes these leggings a cut above is the silky, soft, and super duper comfortable fabric. I mean, they've got an easy stretch and a light support, which I love. They also have a subtle sheen, which dresses them up a bit, adding to their versatility. And these leggings come in some fabulous prints. My number one, it's the leopard print. It's pretty perfect. I wear mine to the gym, but I also wear them running around town with a button down and a blazer. They're also terrific for travel. And the cut, it's truly excellent. I'm a big fan of the high waist, which I find super flattering, and the 7/8 length hits just above the ankle, which looks great whether you're wearing them with sneakers or flats. We've covered clothing, so let's talk fall footwear for our capsule. In fact, these leggings and everything else we talked about today would look fantastic with our next must-have. The loafer. Yes, loafers are having quite a moment this season, but were they ever not? I mean, these are a classic, an evergreen closet hero that effortlessly elevates. And we have 2 fabulous options you're going to want to get in on. First, the Careen loafer from Steve Madden. It's got all the hallmarks we look for in a classic loafer. From, this fabulous silhouette to the gold horsebit detail. They've also got a real leather upper and come in everyday neutrals like black and tan, or you can mix it up with millennial pink or my fave, surprise, leopard. Yep, leopard print actually goes with everything, even prints. Now, these are a little bit of an investment, but they are super high quality, and trust us, they will never go out of style. Now, if you're looking for a really affordable option, then we've got another fun loafer variation from Walmart's Sea Wonder collection. And how fun are these? And this loafer style is actually vintage inspired and called the smoking slipper, patterned after a formal men's slippers that were popular in the 20s. And I love this little embroidery detail. I mean, I think it makes them feel so special. You can choose from lots of different styles, but check out this little pup. Isn't that cute? It'll certainly put a pep in your step. Now, if there's one shoe that you're going to want to add to your fashion arsenal this fall, it's the classic white sneaker. White sneakers have been one of the top shoe trends for the past few seasons, and they're not going anywhere. Why? Versatility, comfort, and let's face it, sneakers make anything look cooler. And this sneaker is going to set you up. It's the Nike Blazer 77 low top, and it has been a breakout star. I mean, we've seen it all over social media, and fans can't get enough of its cool retro style and clean lines. It's actually an updated take on Nike's famous blazer from the 70s, and I love the crisp leather, versatile color options, and of course, the famous swoosh. These sneaks will give a new lease on life and add a sporty downtown vibe to everything. From midi dresses to even suits. In fact, we're seeing a lot of sneakers at work these days. Last but not least, let's complete our fall capsule with an accessory that is as functional as it is fashionable. Hands-free storage at its finest, you will definitely want to add this woven crossbody to your cart. I did, and it is so incredibly stylish. See this chic woven detail? It's been a really big trend this season. I mean, we've seen it on shoes, belts, and more, and I love how this texture really transforms this bag into a wow piece. Plus, it's a really useful size. It's big enough to carry all your essentials, but small enough to carry every day. And I can't believe the price. This looks really expensive to me and has a high-end designer vibe. And it comes in a great selection of colors. Let's run through all the products one more time. We've got the Express bodysuit, the midi skirt, the Old Navy jean jacket, the midi leggings, the Steve Madden loafers, the smoking flat, the Nike Blazer 77, and the woven crossbody. And just so you know, Today works with affiliate partners and earns a commission on purchases made through our links at today.com. That's it for Style Finder. Up next, McCohen Lovu is talking to Rosina Sammy, who went from designing jewelry to creating a new way to shop for it. She'll fill us in on her fall favorites, including some amazing earrings and her must-have beauty essentials for the fall. And later, Adriana Brock has more seasonal basics to add to our fall capsule. Stay with us.
Today is now a podcast available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
Today is now a podcast available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
A masked killer takes aim and fires. A fatal attraction that leads investigators to turn towards their own. Internal Affairs, a new podcast from Dateline. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
You get one beautiful life to live. Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold.
We have this circle of women that love each other.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Love ya.
Love you too.
This is it. Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Hey, podcast fans, ready to unlock our true crime mysteries? Try Dateline Premium on Apple Podcasts. You'll get early access to originals, plus bonus content, and everything is ad-free. So head to Apple Podcasts now to subscribe.
The day's biggest political stories with trusted insight and expert analysis. A daily look at the politics behind the headlines. Meet the Press Now, streaming weekdays at 4 p.m. on NBC News Now.
You get one beautiful life to live. Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold.
We have this circle of women that love each other.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Love ya.
Love you too.
This is it.
These days, it feels like the news never stops. So let's get into it. What's happening right now, what it all means for you for an hour every day. It can be hard to keep up, so let's get started together.
Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now. Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Hi there, welcome back. I'm Makon Jovu, and this is Influencer Trends, where I'll be talking to industry insiders, and they'll share their favorite products and the must-have items to shop for right now. And don't forget the QR code on the corner of your screen. Use the camera on your smartphone and scan it to shop these products. A new season is upon us, bringing in cooler weather and even cooler trends. And this episode is all about building our fall capsule, and we'll continue to do just that with accessories and makeup. I'm excited because Rosina Sammy is here with us, and she went from designing jewelry sold in stores to creating a new personal way to shop for it called the Jewelry Edit. And she's here with her favorite fall finds and more. Hi, Rosina.
Hi, Makos. So nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it is such our pleasure. I'm so inspired by your journey. You went from practicing law to creating and designing your own jewelry. Do you remember the moment that you decided to pivot?
I think it was a journey, the sort of thing you do, I think, when you're young and you're like, I can do anything. You know what? I can reinvent myself. I was practicing law. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot, but I didn't have a creative outlet. So I started taking night classes at some of the big fashion schools here in New York. I got inspired. And the next thing you knew, I was quitting my Park Avenue law firm and flying to Jaipur, where I launched making my own collection.
That's incredible. What a journey. I'm sure there was so many steps in between that. But what a jump. And now you actually find emerging designers, which is so great because you're giving them a platform. What do you look for in those emerging designers?
Yeah, well, what's wonderful is that we have a curation of 50 plus designers, and we love to kind of mentor young emerging designers. So we're very focused on ethically made jewelry, so we don't carry anything mass produced, and also really elevating the voices of diverse designers. I mean, we have a mix. We have some really established, well-known designers, and these are great mentors also for other younger designers to learn from. And the goal is to really deliver a product that's beautiful, of course, but also you feel good buying and wearing it.
Absolutely. So let's get into some of the pieces. I love all the products that you selected, and I want to start with all of these jewelry pieces. Since we're talking about the fall, what are some top trends that we can look for in jewelry?
I think the main thing I always think about when I think about fall is keeping that kind of summer glow, summer vibe and energy. You want really great transition pieces. So I know we have like a lock necklace, a lariat necklace. So that's great to layer under a white shirt and then to layer over a sweater as we get into fall. I also included that herringbone necklace, which is for a 90s kid like me, that is a great 90s vibe.
You can't go wrong with
you can keep that vibe going. Also hoops. I mean, hoops should be in everybody's jewelry wardrobe. They're a very versatile piece. You can dress them up and dress them down. They have that luxe element in the 22 karat gold leaf, but they're very light. They're made of lucite, so they're very comfortable to wear. I also love, we have these Karayu silver and gold for May hoops, and they're a great example of how when it comes to jewelry, there are no rules. They mix metals, they are an updated take on a classic hoop, so great, easy to wear every day. And I know, we all get stuck in a rut of wearing the same jewelry all the time.
I'm guilty of that.
Well, I think we all are, especially as busy working women, right? And so, these are sort of interesting pieces that conversation starters, they stop people a little bit. You're like, oh, wow, that's something different. I'm wearing a piece by We Dream in Color, and the gold earrings here are by the same designer. They're all handmade, and so you're getting these little works of art, and so it's so wonderful.
That's a great way to put it, and I love that these are ageless. I can see my sister rocking these, my mom can wear these jewelry pieces, so they make for great gifts as well.
Absolutely.
Let's move on to other essentials for the fall. So let's talk about these lip stains. I love the color. You said you're actually wearing it?
I am wearing Berry Banger. It's Fenty by Rihanna, who obviously can do no wrong. But these, they're so comfortable, they're not sticky, they really stay, and they have just beautiful, vibrant colors. But you can kind of control how much color you want by how much you layer it on. So it's an everyday, less comfortable lip stain that stays on.
And it feels so hydrating as well. I have it on my hand, and just like you don't need to put any Vaseline on, you just throw it right on your lips. Absolutely love that. Now, this product by Makeup by Mario, it's almost like colorless. What does it do?
It adds a little just shine, gives you that fresh-faced look. It's a cult product. It's all over social media, so you
Where do you apply it?
You can apply it anywhere. It's just really a glow highlighter.
Oh, this is so beautiful. I absolutely love this. It also feels great as well. So when it comes to blush in the fall, I've always done like powder blush, but we should actually do something that's a little creamier.
Exactly. I love the liquid blush by NARS. I have it in powder, but I wanted to do the creamier formulation as our skin gets a little drier as we go into fall. So it's beautiful, vibrant colors, but again, you control how much color you're adding just by how much you layer it on.
How do you select the right color for you, right, when it comes to blush? Because I can go all the way pink, or I can go a little redder. It just kind of depends what mood I'm in.
Absolutely, and that's how I do it too. I think we end up with favorites that really suit like an everyday wear, and so the NARS colors are perfect for me. But this particular shade is a cult favorite that's known to match like every skin tone.
I absolutely love that. Okay, so when we're done putting on our makeup, especially in the fall, we want to make sure that it lasts. And I love this product from Tatcha. I actually use it.
Oh, yeah.
And I love how just it makes my makeup, especially after a long day, feels so good. Tell me how you use it.
I love it also when I'm traveling. You know, you just want to spray it on. You're feeling hydrated, fresh. You're not splashing your face with water and ruining all your makeup, but you're giving just a little touch and a little glow. You're glowing right now.
Thank you. A little bit goes a long way with this product. And it smells amazing, too.
It does. All their products are gorgeous.
Oh, well, Rosina, it's been so much fun chatting with you today. Thank you for stopping by.
Oh, thank you. It was lovely to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. Now let's run through all the products one more time. We have the Jewelry Edit necklace and earrings, the Fenty Popsicle lip stain, the Makeup by Mario Master Glow highlighter, the NARS liquid blush, and the Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist. And just so you know, Today works with affiliate partners and earns a commission on purchases made through our links at today.com. Up next, Adriana Brock continues to build our fall capsule with everything from making your makeup routine easier to accessories that'll complete your outfits. Don't go away.
For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app.
You get one beautiful life to live. Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold.
We have this circle of women that love each other.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Love ya.
Love you too.
This is it.
The day's biggest political stories with trusted insight and expert analysis. A daily look at the politics behind the headlines. Meet the Press Now, streaming weekdays at 4 p.m. on NBC News Now.
Hey, podcast fans, ready to unlock our true crime mysteries? Try Dateline Premium on Apple Podcasts. You'll get early access to originals, plus bonus content, and everything is ad-free. So head to Apple Podcasts now to subscribe.
Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
Hey, podcast fans, ready to unlock our true crime mysteries? Try Dateline Premium on Apple Podcasts. You'll get early access to originals, plus bonus content, and everything is ad-free. So head to Apple Podcasts now to subscribe. A masked killer takes aim and fires. A fatal attraction that leads investigators to turn towards their own. Internal Affairs, a new podcast from Dateline. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
You get one beautiful life to live. What are you going to do?
This show is so fun, but having you as a positive force means really the world.
Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold, okay?
We have this circle of women that love each other.
I decided I'm going to go with the rhythm of life.
And you love riding the wave.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Love ya.
Love you too.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Adriana Brock, and this episode has been all about building a fall capsule. We've got all the essentials from makeup must-haves to the accessories you're gonna be wearing all fall long. We have got you covered. And you know what to do. Scan the QR code at the corner of your screen using the camera on your smartphone to get instant access to all the products on the show today. Okay, so in the beauty department, I swear by IT Cosmetics. And the Nude Glow CC Cream is something I use almost every single day. So the brand is known for their color correction products that cover up redness and blemishes and discoloration without feeling heavy on the skin or looking caked on. I love this stuff because I've been using it all summer long and I'm gonna be using it all fall long. It is great for everyday wear because it gives you this medium coverage with a radiant finish, which to me gives off a more natural look. And it also comes in 22 different shades, so you are bound to meet your match. And to finish off my makeup look, I absolutely love this Milani all-in-one makeup palette. It's got you covered. It's got everything from bronzer to highlighter, 3 different eyeshadow shades, and 2 blush options. You can choose from the shimmery blush to the matte blush. Whatever you pick, it's got this really great neutral tone that's a little bit bronzy, a little bit rosy, and perfect to wear every single day. I also love that it's super convenient because you can have your whole makeup routine with you in this one little palette and take it on the go. As for applying makeup, the Shop Today team really swears by Real Techniques. It is a brand that makes high quality and affordable beauty tools that you can use all the time. And this set right here really has all of the essentials that you need. It has 4 brushes, 1 for powder, 1 for your eyes, and it comes with a sponge too, which is really great for getting like an airbrush finish on your foundation. And if you know me, you know I love a good headband, and these are no exception, and it's an affordable set. So these are velvet, which is great for fall because you can match them up with all of those cozy knits, a denim jacket, anything you really have. And the set comes with 4 thick braided velvety headbands, and you can also choose from a satin-like material as well if you'd like that. But it's really great for dressing up any outfit or, like me, concealing a not-so-great hair day. It's definitely one of those fashion trends that gained popularity in the last few years, and if you ask me, it is not going anywhere. And another accessory that everybody needs in their fall closet is a classic wool fedora. This one is so lightweight, and it features a round crown with that wide brim that's really classic for fall, but it also has this really cool faux leather detailing around the base, and it's a great hat. It comes in a bunch of different colors, but it's neutral enough because you could wear it with anything that you have, from like a really cute dress to something a little bit more casual and laid back. So it comes in 20 different colors, and it has an adjustable ribbon inside to give you a more customized fit. What's really great too is this is gonna instantly elevate any fall outfit. All right, let's switch gears and talk socks. They're one of those things that we all use every single day, but it's so hard to find the best ones that really work. I personally swear by the Bombas socks. The brand's attention to detail really stands out, and it's all in the design. So all the socks have a cushioned footbed, a honeycomb arch that the brand says helps support, and it's got a cushiony blister tab and a seamless toe, which these are all little details that you never know you needed, but they're really great when you're getting dressed in the morning. Also, all of their socks have an R and an L, so you know which one's which. So the women's socks are available in 5 different lengths, from no-show to knee-high, and they come in 3 different types of fabrics. They also come in 4 different sizes, from small to extra large, so you can have all the options you need to really narrow it down and find your perfect pair. These socks make it on my holiday wish list every single year because I can never have too many. And another staple every woman needs in her closet for fall, a solid pair of opaque tights. These from Commando I've been using for probably over a decade. When I first started out working at a fashion magazine, Commando tights were the ultimate opaque tight we always used. They were the gold standard, and I still love them, and I always come back to them. They have a high waist. According to the brand, they won't roll down or dig into your skin, and they truly are opaque, which is the most important thing when you're getting ready for the fall. They're also so comfortable, and I've tried a bunch of different tights, but I always come back to this tried and true favorite. And let me just show you how opaque they actually are. Look at this. And finally, when you're investing in your fall wardrobe, you want to take extra good care of your clothes, and that starts with the detergent that you use. When it comes to laundry, it's a great idea to invest in a high-performance detergent that's going to gently clean all of your clothes. I am a huge, huge fan of Laundress, and the brand's Wool and Cashmere shampoo detergent is great for fall. This is a must-have when you want to maintain those cozy fall sweaters and knits that you've spent so much money on. Okay, let's run through the products one more time.
The IT Cosmetics Nude Glow CC Cream, the Milani All-in-One Makeup Palette, the Real Techniques Makeup Brush Set, the Braided Headband Set, the Classic Wool Fedora, the Bombas Socks, the Commando Ultimate Opaque Tights, and the Wool and Cashmere Shampoo Detergent.
And just so you know, Today works with affiliate partners and earns a commission on purchases made through our links at today.com. And that is a wrap on Editor's Picks and for our show today. It's been so much fun showing you all of our fall favorites. Tune in next week for another episode of Shop All Day. Thanks for watching. I'm Shop Today editorial director Adriana Brock, and I know shopping trends. I seek out new and notable products so you don't have to in editor's picks.
I'm fashion and beauty expert Makon Jovu, and I'm bringing you industry insiders and those in the know to share all the buzzworthy products sweeping social media and influencer trends.
And I'm Shop All Day contributor Cacique Foods, and I know trends. Each week, I'm here with the must-have fashion and beauty products at a price you'll like in Style Finder. This is Shop All Day Smart Solutions.
Hey everyone, I'm Adriana Brock, and today we are back with another episode of Shop All Day. We're bringing you our favorite solutions to everyday problems, like carrying multiple grocery bags in one trip to keeping your pup hydrated on the go. And you know what to do. Scan that QR code at the corner of your screen to get instant access to all of the products on the show today. Or you can text SHOP to the number below to shop all the products we are sharing with you today. All right, if you are out in the sun enjoying those final weeks of summer, you're gonna wanna pick up this clever find. It is an umbrella hook that keeps all of your items handy, whether you're at the beach or in your backyard. We're over here sharing it on a clothing rack, but it's so cool because it's got this adjustable wraparound design, so you could fit it around a bunch of different size poles, and it comes with 4 hooks, so you can keep everything off the ground, whether it's your hat, your keys, or your sunglasses. It is such a genius little gadget. I love this one. And we cannot forget about our furry friends this summer. I love this dog water bottle when I'm on the go with my pup Rocco. And it's more than just a water bottle for your dog. It also has a built-in bowl that they can drink out of. It's so cool. Let me show you how it works. First, you have to unlock it. And the lock is really cool because it prevents it from spilling out when it's in your bag. You push this button right here and the water comes right out. And then it's a bowl, so your dog can drink out of it. And if they don't finish all the water, all you do is push the button again, tilt this upward, and the water goes right back in. And then you just lock it up to make sure none of the water spills out in your bag. Okay, and this next one is one of my favorite simple solutions on laundry day. It's called the Wad Free for Bed Sheets. And this little gadget makes washing and drying sheets a breeze. Nothing is worse than when you take your sheets out of the dryer and they're still damp. So the gadget attaches to each corner of your sheet to help prevent them from getting tangled, twisted, and balled up, whether you're using it in the washer or the dryer. You can use it on a fitted sheet, on a flat sheet. It's got the 4 tabs. You just clip it in. The one thing I will note is that the brand recommends using it on a low spin cycle to get the best results. So no more tangled sheets, no more bunched up sheets. This thing is genius. And you know when you always need an extension cord, you can't find it? This is a great one to keep handy at home, and I love it because it is actually a double-ended extension cord with a flat plug, so it's flush with the wall, so you don't have to worry about it damaging your furniture or hitting anything around. So you could look at it here. It's so long, it's 12 feet total, so you get 6 feet on either side, and at the end, you get 3 different outlets. So you have 3 outlets nearby. So if you want to use it, you could use it behind the couch, have it on each end to keep those table lamps or floor lamps on. My favorite though is using it on my nightstand. So what I do is I have one behind the bed and either side of the nightstand has 3 outlets nearby. And next up, we have the Click and Carry bag carrier. This thing is a small but mighty little helper you're gonna wanna keep in your trunk at all times. It lets you comfortably carry a bunch of bags at once. And to use it, it's actually really simple. You just push down here and you twist it. Then you just load up all the bags on either side. Then you just twist it, click, and you're ready to carry. It also has an anti-slip padded handle down here so that you can fit it comfortably over your shoulder or in the palm of your hand. The brand says you can use this with 50 pounds worth of stuff. And what's really great is that if you're not using it for your groceries or those shopping trips, you can use it for sport equipment bags or those large dry cleaning pickups. And moving into the Kitchen Cube is an all-in-one measuring device to make cooking a little bit easier. And with this cube, you don't have to dig through the drawers for measuring spoons or measuring cups because you get 90 different cooking measurements in one genius little cube. It actually has imperial and metric system labeling too, and you could use it with liquids, grains, powders, just about anything you need to measure for cooking your favorite meals. The brand says it's also microwave and dishwasher safe. And it's a space saver that's gonna help you cut down on all the kitchen drawer clutter. And this next kitchen gadget you need for meal prepping. It's the Chop to Pot cutting board. It's a slim plastic cutting board, but when you squeeze the handle, the sides of the board actually fold up and form a chute for a chopped food to go neatly into the pan or the bowl. This is the perfect example of a simple upgrade that can make a really big difference in the kitchen. Plus, the brand says it's dishwasher safe, which we all know is a must-have to make those kitchen chores easier. Okay, and last but certainly not least, if you're whipping up pasta at home, then this could be your new favorite kitchen hack. It's a microwave pasta cooker. This is perfect for the college kids going away or for a home cook looking for a simple solution. Either way, it is specially designed to cook a variety of pasta in just a few minutes in the microwave. So you don't need to wait around to boil water or hover over the stove to prevent the overflow. It's a handy little cooker that the brand says cooks pasta in just 10 minutes. So you fill it up with your pasta, then you fill it up with water, and you literally just put it into the microwave. It's also long enough for everybody's favorite pasta, spaghetti. It even has a built-in strainer so that you can make your whole meal with this one little container. Let's run through the products one more time. The umbrella hook, the dog water bottle, the wad free for bed sheets, the extension cord, the bag carrier, the kitchen cube, the Chop to Pot cutting board, and the microwave pasta cooker. And just so you know, Today works with affiliate partners and earns a commission on purchases made through our links at today.com. And that's it for Editor's Picks. Up next, Mako and Lobu is talking to Skyler Bouchard, who's known for teaching her audience how to create restaurant-worthy recipes at home. She'll even share one of those recipes along with her favorite product picks for the kitchen. Don't go away.
You get one beautiful life to live. What are you gonna do?
This show is so fun, but having you as a positive force means really the world to me.
Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold, okay?
We have this circle of women that love each other.
I decided I'm gonna go with the rhythm of life.
And you love riding the wave.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Yeah.
I love you too.
These days, it feels like the news never stops. So let's get into it. What's happening right now, what it all means for you for an hour every day. It can be hard to keep up, so let's get started together.
Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
You get one beautiful life to live. What are you gonna do?
This show is so fun, but having you as a positive force means really the world to me.
Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold, okay?
We have this circle of women that love each other.
I decided I'm gonna go with the rhythm of life.
And you love riding the wave.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Yeah.
I love you too.
Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now. Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Hey, podcast fans, ready to unlock our true crime mysteries? Try Dateline Premium on Apple Podcasts. You'll get early access to originals, plus bonus content, and everything is ad-free. So head to Apple Podcasts now to subscribe.
You get one beautiful life to live. Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold.
We have this circle of women that love each other.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Yeah.
I love you too.
The general election is right around the corner. It's time to plan your vote. We'll provide everything you need to know to successfully cast your ballot. Just select any state you want to learn about, and you'll instantly get voting rules. See the next big deadline, learn how to take action for your plan, and even help others make their plans. Voting rules have changed since 2020, and those rules vary from state to state. So it's time to get planning for November. Visit NBCnews.com/planyourvote today.
Hi there, welcome back. I'm Mako Njovu, and this is Influencer Trends, where I'll be talking to industry insiders, and they'll share their favorite products and the must-have items to shop for right now. And don't forget the QR code in the corner of your screen. Use the camera on your smartphone and scan it to shop these products. Today, we're all about items that offer smart solutions to everyday problems, and we've got you covered with solutions in the kitchen. I'm excited today that we have food blogger Skyler Bouchard joining us. Plus, get ready because she'll be sharing a simple yet restaurant-worthy recipe that is perfect for summer. Skyler, how are you?
Hi, Nicole. It's so good to see you.
I know. I'm so happy that you're here. And listen, I love following you on social media. You've built up quite an impressive following. Tell me about how you got your start.
I honestly started a blog about reviewing restaurants when I was in New York, and from there I taught myself how to cook. This was 10 years ago now.
Wow.
It evolved, and I'm just so happy to be doing what I do, which is making recipes at home.
Listen, they say an overnight success takes 10 years, right? Do you feel like you finally made it at this 10-year mark?
I think an overnight success definitely takes 10 years or more. I am making my way there. I'm always improving, but it's amazing what can happen.
Yeah, that's so cool. And you're self-taught as well. So you must have been like snooping around at the library, on the web. How did you get all those skills?
I bought a lot of culinary textbooks, a baking and pastry textbook. I worked in restaurants, worked with chefs. And honestly, the best teacher is failing and trying at home. And that's how I got here.
I love that. Speaking of trying at home, your husband, Sebastian, is not only lucky because he married you, but he's also lucky because he gets to taste these delicious recipes. Does he have a favorite?
Honestly, he loves everything. He does like my spicy rigatoni vodka a lot, though.
Okay. Is there anything that he doesn't like? Would he tell you, or he knows better?
If I made him like a crostini with olive tapenade and anchovies, I think he would hate that. But other than that, he's really good. He loves them all.
Oh, I love that. I love seeing that on your social media. Okay, let's dive into this recipe that you're making. This looks all of it. The ingredients look amazing. We're making a ribboned zucchini salad with peas, pesto, basil, and mozzarella. What do we need to get started?
All right, so the first thing we're gonna need is just your average peeler. This is a ribboned zucchini salad. So we're essentially making zucchini noodles that are thick like pappardelle. And we're just gonna peel this just like that. So easy until you get to the core of the zucchini. Now, what's really cool is if you don't want them thick like this, you can just layer the slices and create your own zucchini noodles that are thinner by just cutting them up like that. So you don't need to get that spiralizer or fancy things at the store. You just make your own.
That is so cool. And of course you can use your peeler for other things, right? Like carrots, potatoes, all of that.
Of course, a peeler is one of the most versatile pieces you can have in your kitchen. You can peel carrots, potatoes, of course, zucchini, any piece of produce that you want to get rid of that outer layer that's a little uglier and damaged, use that peeler for. Also, if you want to cut carrots julienne, one of my favorite tips is to do the same thing. Cut small strips, layer them on top of each other, and then you can cut them into matchsticks.
Oh, that is so clever.
Little hack.
Right? A nice little hack. All right, let's move on to the food chopper. I gotta tell you, especially in the summer, being in the kitchen is not my thing, so this food chopper makes it super easy, right?
Definitely. So you can use a food chopper for a bunch of different things. I love this one because it's cordless. Right now I'm making a pesto, so I've got some basil, Parmesan, garlic, lemon zest, lemon juice, we have pine nuts, olive oil, and I'm gonna also add a little bit of salt here. And look how easy this is. I love this thing so much. You just pop the lid on and you pulse it like that. And this comes with an actual paddle for whipping cream as well. So you can whip cream in your food processor. You can make salsas, you can go chunky, you can go fine. There's a lot you can do with this cordless food processor.
It's super versatile. I also like that it doesn't take up a ton of space. Let's move on to the next product. I see these beautiful bowls. Skyler, I love that we're getting a whole set. How great are these?
I love good glass bowls because you can put these in the microwave, and that's what I did for the peas in this recipe. I used the glass bowls. I added a tablespoon of water, microwave these for 2 minutes. You don't have to get a pot dirty. You just make it as easy as possible, and then add it to the other glass bowl, which has our ribboned zucchini in it.
I mean, that is so easy. Can you throw these in the dishwasher too?
Oh, absolutely. These are dishwasher safe, and they come in a variety of sizes. I see you have them there with you, and it's great for what they call mise en place, which is setting up your space. As a chef or a cook, you want to have all your ingredients organized, and that's another reason that glass bowls just rock.
Oh, you're You're so fancy. I like these little words we're using. All right, so this next item, speaking of fancy, you actually convinced me to buy, and I absolutely love it, the bamboo salt box. Why can't I just use like a regular salt container? Why do we have to put it in a salt box?
Well, you know what? This is just a fancy piece that looks beautiful on your counter. It holds your most important ingredient, which is kosher salt. You can also add other spices in here, but it has a very dry interior. Moisture is not going to get caught in the bamboo, so it's a great place to keep your salt. You just always have it on hand. It looks so cute. That's honestly why I love it, but you can do whatever you want with it.
Okay, perfect. I love it. It looks so fancy when you sprinkle the salt onto it. So now we're just mixing it all together. And we also have this squeeze bottle set. Are we using any of those ingredients in our salad?
Yep, so I just combined the pesto, the peas, and the zucchini here, all right, in my glass bowl. And then I plated it up just for a swap, because we love that. Squeeze bottles. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite pieces to have in your kitchen. For me personally, I'm just gonna top this salad off really quick. I'm adding some mozzarella here, and then I'm gonna add a little lemon zest, and I'm gonna show you where you can get creative with your squeeze bottle. So you can go classic olive oil swirl, right? Totally go with that. Or if you want some heat, swirl a little chili oil in your squeeze bottle. That's a beautiful red, spicy garnish. Balsamic glaze, which I did with my little swap out here. So needless to say, your squeeze bottles can contain vinaigrettes, oils, glazes, whatever liquid you'd use in the kitchen, and they come with a top so you can keep them in the fridge and just pull them out when you're ready to garnish.
Oh, I love that. And this also makes for a great gift too, if you know someone who just maybe moved into their first apartment. This is fantastic.
Absolutely. This is for your chef friend, your cooking friend who wants to have that elevated approach. Yes. And honestly, they look so legit on the counter. One final thing I'll say is you can use it to swirl in the pan when you're seasoning your pan. Just one long count is about a tablespoon. So just keep that in mind.
Oh, okay, that's a really good tip, a nice hack. Well, Skyler, the salad looks amazing from where I'm sitting. What else are we doing to it? Is it done? Is it ready to be served?
It is ready to be served, minus one little thing. It's just a little tip I like to do. I rolled up 2 basil leaves. I'm just gonna slice them right over the salad. And that is a fun way to not dirty your cutting board and add fresh herbs to whatever dish you might be serving. But of course, for this, it's basil. And that is it. Oh, maybe I'll add a little chili flakes too. What? I love the little heat. I saw them here. I'm like, I need to use them. But that's it. How easy was that recipe?
Oh my God, easy. It looks delicious. It's perfect for the summertime. Skyler, thank you for stopping by and sharing that delicious recipe.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having me. I hope you make it. And I hope you get these products. They're so versatile and helpful to have in your kitchen.
Definitely will. We'll enjoy. We'll see you soon.
Bye. Thanks, Pico.
All right, now let's run through all the products one more time. We have the vegetable peeler, the food chopper, the mixing bowl set, the bamboo salt box, and the squeeze bottle set. Up next, Chassis Post has problem-solving products that'll not only make your life easier, but will help you get out of the door fast and in style. Don't go away.
A masked killer takes aim and fires. A fatal attraction that leads investigators to turn towards their own. Internal Affairs, a new podcast from Dateline. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
Today is now a podcast available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
You get one beautiful life to live. Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold.
We have this circle of women that love each other.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Love ya.
Love you too.
I think when you open your eyes, you get to decide, how's my day going to be? We want to be a way to start your day, lighten your load, every single morning.
From Ukraine, from Uvalde, Texas, from Mayfield, Kentucky. To cover the news, you have to be in it. This is how so many towns and cities are protecting themselves. You can actually see they're pushing the gates open. Was there a school officer on campus? That's what we've been told. No. Do you remember any tornado as bad as this one? You look at this and you're thinking, we're not going to have power for weeks, if not months. Exactly. Every night, It's your news playlist.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Let's go. This is a critical choke point for this fire. And good evening from New Orleans. Nice to really spend some time with you. Appreciate it.
The day's biggest political stories with trusted insight and expert analysis. A daily look at the politics behind the headlines. Meet the Press Now, streaming weekdays at 4 p.m. on NBC News Now. Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Shop All Day contributor Cacique Foods, and there's nothing we love more than a good problem solver. We found items to help you solve the little problems you encounter every day, from a tool that allows you to fasten your own bracelet to a time-saving brow kit. And remember, see that QR code at the corner of your screen? You can use the camera on your smartphone to scan it for instant access to the products on the show today. Or you can text SHOP to the number below to shop all the products we're sharing with you today. Let's get started with this genius item that solves a pesky everyday problem: how to clasp a bracelet on your own wrist. Meet the Bracelet Helper, a compact and convenient tool that allows you to fasten your own bracelet all by yourself. And it's so easy to use. The tool secures one end of the bracelet, freeing your hand to loop it around the wrist and lock the clasp quickly. Simply hold the tool in the same hand of the wrist on which you plan to wear your bracelet and use the other hand to clasp. Voila! How cool is that? It's made of a sturdy metal and it's great for all ages. You'll never have to say no to that bracelet again. Next, we've got a game-changing beauty solution for anyone who uses hot styling tools like a curling iron and flat iron. Not only will this heat-resistant mat save your countertops from heat damage, but it also doubles as a pouch to store your hot tools immediately after use, even when they're still hot. I mean, talk about a perfect 2-in-1 travel companion. Just place it on your countertop or makeup table to protect against burns. It measures 11 by 5 inches, which is the perfect size for your favorite tools. And according to the brand, the wave texture, see that here, provides a non-slip surface. And when you're ready to put your tools away and use as a storage pouch, check this out. Simply open the end and slide the tools inside. How easy is that? And I'm not alone in being impressed with this gadget. This is a big favorite of one of our Shop All Day producers who says it just might be one of her best buys of the year. And at around $5, it is hard to beat. Now, on to something to help speed up your makeup routine and perfect your brows. I've been looking for a solution for filling in my brows that is fast and easy. So when I saw these brow stamp kits from Mad Love, I couldn't wait to try them out. The Brow Stamp is a full pigment eyebrow pomade that not only fills in brows perfectly every time, but according to the brand, it's also water and sweat resistant. Now, the Brow Stamp comes with 5 stencil shapes from full to thin. You just choose your stencil and place over the brow. Then you take the Brow Stamp and you dab. I mean, how easy is that? It gives you a gorgeous brow in seconds. And thanks to the stencils, it's easy to repeat the magic again and again, which I really appreciate. I also like that the formula is blendable with a matte finish, so you can go as natural or defined as you want. And you can choose from 8 shades, and the kit comes complete with the Brow Stamp, 5 stencil shapes, 1 spoolie brush, and an on-the-go zipper pouch. Now, I absolutely love this next item for solving those little unexpected problems. This is the Mini Emergency Kit by Pinch Provisions, and it's like a first aid kit for any fashion or beauty emergency or wardrobe malfunction. This little kit redefines what it means to be prepared. With 17 beauty, personal care, and style essentials, this adorable petite pouch contains everything a gal needs in a pinch. From earring backs, deodorant towelettes, double-sided tape, and more. The Mini Emergency Kit has thought through every fashion disaster and provided a solution. It's also excellent for travel, weddings, or any event when you really need some backup. It's like having your own personal stylist in a tiny little pouch. And now for a summer solution, we found a clean bug spray that works naturally and doesn't smell like a bug spray. I mean, finally. So if mosquitoes love you, then you're gonna love this plant-based, DEET-free mosquito repellent. It's called Golden Hour by Kinfield, and I've been waiting a long time for a brand to come up with a better-for-you mosquito repellent that smells like a gorgeous perfume. I mean, oh, really does smell so good. I mean, think a little bit citrus, a little bit vanilla. I mean, there's a reason this one keeps selling out, and you can use it on both adults and children, but make sure to read the application directions. Next, we've got an innovative find that we discovered on TikTok. And for those of us that suffer from motion sickness, you'll see why this item has racked up millions of views. These wild-looking accessories are actually anti-motion sickness glasses.
And though they may look funny, our team tried them out and gave them an A+.
Okay, so how do they work? The lensless glasses feature 4 circular rims, each partially filled with a blue liquid. And the brand says that as your vehicle rises and falls or turns, the liquid in the rims moves too. So it creates an artificial horizon in your field of vision, which resynchronizes the eyes with the balance system. So users have said that not only can these glasses help prevent feelings of motion sickness, but they've even allowed users to read or use their phone while in motion. And that is quite a win. For more info, check out our article on today.com. We even interviewed a doctor about these glasses.
They may not work for everyone, but for $20, they are worth trying.
And last but not least, we found a much-needed fashion solution for when you're struggling to find the right bra for those backless dresses that are so on trend. Meet the low back bra converter. And this clever solution costs around $10 and will turn any bra into a low back bra. And they're really easy to use. So here's how they work. The low back converter hooks onto your existing bra to pull down the back strap, allowing you to wear those plunging back styles while still having the support and discretion your normal bra affords. The brand says that these bra converters lower your bra band by an average of 4 inches. So no more having to buy a special bra when you want to wear a low back style. You can just transform the one you already own. We're showing you the black converter with a nude bra so you can really see how this product works. But they come in 3 colors to match your bra: beige, black, and an invisible looking clear. So let's run through all the products one more time. We've got the bracelet tool, the hair iron mat, the brow stencil kit, the mini emergency kit, the mosquito repellent, the anti-motion sickness glasses, and the low back bra converter. And just so you know, Today works with affiliate partners and earns a commission on purchases made through our links at today.com. And that's a wrap on Style Finder and for our show. It's been fun showing you our favorite solutions.
Tune in next week for another episode of Shop All Day.
Thanks for watching.
Welcome to Shop Today. From my current obsessions in It List to a roundup of favorites for an instant refresh, we bring you the hottest products and the best tips for how to use them. Plus, I sit down with the biggest names in the business in Shop the Stars. It's just perfect. And share the trending products that are worth the hype and buzzworthy. We've got it all, including the latest technology so you can shop right with us with just a click. All this and more only on Shop Today with me, Jill Martin.
Hello and welcome to Shop Today. I'm so glad you're joining us because today we're taking things back to the basics as we prepare to welcome in a new season with a fresh start. This episode is all about the essentials you need to simplify in style. From your home to beauty routine, wardrobe to footwear, I've curated the best of the best to kick off fall on the right foot. My It List includes everything I'm loving this season, and the best part, all of my picks can be styled together. It's really so important to go back to the basics when it comes to fashion. These items are classics. They can be worn again and again. And because, you know, I always bring a deal, we have some exclusive offers just for our Shop Today family. So get ready to shop. It is so easy. Just scan that QR code at the corner of your screen with your smartphone or tablet for instant access. You can also text SHOP to 34318 or head to today.com/shopallday. Let's start with the ultimate workhorse, a perfect pair of jeans. Meet the 90s cheeky jean from Everlane. Pair these jeans with a tee for that classic look or dress them up with a blazer and heels. The brand says these jeans are made from Japanese denim, has an easy straight leg and an extra high rise. I find them so comfortable and flattering. Come in 6 different colors ranging from a bleach blue, which I love, to a deep Atlantic. A good jean never goes out of style, so investing in one as timeless as this makes sense. The jeans retail for $108. Speaking of a classic tee, let's talk about the Everlane's Organic Cotton Box Cut Tee. It's the ultimate staple. This tee features a crew neckline, which is very versatile, short sleeves, and a slightly cropped length. It has a relaxed fit, and the brand says it's made of 100% organic cotton. It's so soft. It's great for layering under a jacket, sweater, or blazer. The tee comes in versions with a pocket or without, and various colors in solid and stripes. Sizes range from extra, extra small to triple XL. The tees from Everlane retail for $30. You know I love layers because in the fall especially, it starts out cool and then heats up. This is perfect for those chilly mornings. The cardigan from Qualfort is a great piece to wear with your new jeans and tee. I love this oversized look of the cardigan. It features a relaxed button-down fit and chunky knit. The brand says it's made from 100% cotton, and it's really multifunctional because this cardigan is lightweight enough to wear on a warmer day or layer it over a long sleeve for extra warmth. It comes in multiple colors like green, magenta, and black. And I love that the product has inclusive sizing. This comes in sizes small to triple XL. The cardigan starts at less than $30. Next up, something we can't get enough of. Levi's is synonymous, as we know, with jeans, and they didn't miss the mark on this one. This is their women's ex-boyfriend trucker jacket. How cute is this? This jacket has an oversized fit for an extra relaxed silhouette. The brand says it's an updated take on their original jean jacket. And really, it is the ideal layering piece. Comes in 4 different washes, and the sizes range from extra small to extra large or size down for a tighter fit, but I actually like the relaxed look. The back waist tabs also make it adjustable. Plus, the pockets are great for on the go. It really works for any season. The Levi's jean jacket retails for $98. Scan the QR code below to check them out. Next up, we have our first exclusive deal. This is the Softy from Ya Living. A scarf is such a great addition to any look. Add it as a touch of color or layer on top of sweaters for some additional warmth. This one comes in 11 different colors from gray to blush, navy, and more. There's a color for any outfit. Plus, since it's oversized, this scarf doubles as a great pashmina to wear over your shoulders. You could use it as a blanket during travel or on a chilly night. and you really can't beat the price. Check this out. The retail is $125. The deal for any of the colors is $34. That's more than 70% off. Moving on to footwear. I just love the Brooklyn clog from Steve Madden. The clog is back. They have a wood sole and a black heel. It's a slip-on style that makes it easy to throw on and head out the door while looking effortlessly cool. They feature an on-trend studded trim, perfect for the fall. It comes in black and off-white in leather and taupe, and dark brown in suede. These are great for work or even a night out. You cannot go wrong. And the Brooklyn clog retails for $65.40. That is a great deal. Last up, talk about a trend coming back for all ages. These backpacks from JanSport are everything right now. A new backpack screams fall refresh, and with these timeless styles, you can't go wrong. JanSport has updated its classic backpack with new prints, styles, and materials, including the ones we have here. But these styles still have that classic, dependable silhouette that we know and love. Pick your features such as a water bottle pocket, laptop sleeve, internal organization, or even a larger pack. No matter what, the double straps make it easy to carry everything in one place and make commuting, traveling, or school trips a breeze. If you're on the go a lot, this is a must-have. The JanSport backpacks come in prints like the adorable strawberries. Scan the QR code to check out all the different styles and find the right one for everyone in your life. The backpacks from JanSport, super affordable, starting at $25. Well, that wraps up my IT list for Back to the Basics. Let's run through the products one more time. We have the 90s cheeky jean and cotton box cut tee from Everlane, the cardigan from Qualfort, the women's trucker jacket from Levi's, the softie from Yao Living, the Brooklyn clog from Steve Madden, and the JanSport backpacks. To shop these products, just scan the QR code below for instant access to all the items you see on today's show. You can also text SHOP to 34318 or head to today.com/shopallday. And just so you know, Today may make a commission for purchases made through the QR codes or links on today.com. Coming up, from sleep to beauty, I'm giving all of your routines an instant refresh for the fall with products including a comforter that feels like a cloud and a 4-in-1 makeup brush, plus more exclusive deals only for our Shop Today viewers. And later, I sit down with megastar actor and producer, the incredible Issa Ray. She'll have you laughing and inspired. All of that and more coming up only on Shop Today.
I think when you open your eyes, you get to decide, how's my day going to be? We want to be a way to start your day, lighten your load, every single morning.
The day's biggest political stories with trusted insight and expert analysis. A daily look at the politics behind the headlines. Meet the Press Now, streaming weekdays at 4 p.m. on NBC News Now. Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
I think when you open your eyes, you get to decide, how's my day going to be? We want to be a way to start your day, lighten your load, every single morning.
Today is now a podcast, available every morning. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now. For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app. Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now. For breaking news in our changing world, download the NBC News app. Top Story with Tom Llamas, weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
Welcome back to Shop Today, where we're going back to the basics. Whether it comes to sleep, beauty, or even your workout routine, adding 1 or 2 new items to your go-to basics can really help brighten up your day and jumpstart a new routine. Let's get started with one of the most important routines of all, sleep. Meet Nod Pod, a weighted blanket for your eyes. The design is strap-free, so you literally just lay it across your eyes. Not only does it black out light, but the brand says the design equally distributes the power of deep touch pressure across key pressure points as you fall asleep. The Nod Pod comes in 9 colors and goes for $34. From a weighted blanket for your eyes to a comforter for your whole body, look at this. This is the Buffy Cloud Comforter. The Buffy Cloud Comforter is medium weight and designed for year-round use. And it's the brand's mission to make it earth-friendly too. They say the comforter is made from sustainably produced fibers and recycled bottles that make up the inside fluff. The Buffy Cloud Comforter comes in twin to California King and starts at $129. Great investment. Next up, I've rounded up a multitasker that lives up to its name. The Alley-oop Multitasker 4-in-1 Makeup Brush. This one brush not only helps with decreasing clutter, but has 4 main brushes you need in one tool. So on this end, look at this. So you would use this as a sponge. You can dampen it and use it underneath your eye, use it for concealer. On the other side is a brush. And then get this, it opens. This is for your eyeliner. If you want to do on the bottom, you can even use it on your brows, but there is also eyeshadow. Is this amazing? All in one and fits right into your bag. The Alley-oop Multitasker 4-in-1 Makeup Brush is $28. That's really an incredible deal. Do your necklaces always get tangled? Well, the layering necklace trend is not going anywhere. This little clasp can pack a big punch when it comes to keeping your necklaces neat and tangle-free. The Festival Us necklace layering clasp comes in silver-plated or gold-plated and can hold either 2 or 3 necklaces at a time. This keeps them separated so they won't tangle. Isn't that genius? Simply attach your favorite necklaces to the clasps in the back. It will keep them organized and secure, all for under $7. Moving on to something we all need to replace, undergarments. Here's a sign to do yourself a favor and swap out those old stretched out pieces because this is one of our exclusive deals and it's a good one. Upgrade your undergarments with these Naked Rebellion bralettes. They come in 8 shades of nude and also in black. This is a great way to refresh. If a racerback is more your speed, this is the bra for an active lifestyle, and you never have to worry about straps slipping. We even have a deal for the company's best-selling tank bra. A perfect fit is so important for bras. Make sure you read the size chart to find yours. The retail price for the bras are $68, but today, our viewer deal is $34. That's 50% off. Naked Rebellion is offering matching underwear as well. And whether you prefer thongs or briefs, they have something for everyone. And the thongs are made of a mesh fabric, while the briefs have a full coverage nylon front and the mesh fabric backside. The retail price for the underwear range between $20 and $22, but today our viewer deal is just $10. That's more than 50% off. And last up, whether you are wearing workout clothes to lounge around in or hit the gym, a new matching outfit can bring relaxation or often motivation to your day. This set is from a brand called Park. Their high-rise ribbed legging and the Royal Rib Sports Bra are matching sets, and sets are in, and so is this rib texture. The leggings are made with 4-way stretch. It has a high-waisted fit. The fabric is 80% nylon with 20% spandex, so there's tons of stretch. They come in 5 pretty colors. Be sure to scan the QR code or head to our website to check them all out. The leggings retail for $98, but our deal today is $28. That's more than 70% off. And the sports bra retails for $74, but our deal price is $18. That's more than 75% off. And that rounds up my favorite, not so basic basics. Let's go through the products one more time. We have the Nod Pod weighted eye mask, the Buffy Cloud Comforter, the Alley-oop 4-in-1 makeup brush, the Festival Us necklace layering clasp, the Naked Rebellion undergarments, and the Park legging and sports bra. To shop these items, simply scan the QR code. You can also text SHOP to 34318 or head to today.com/shopallday. Coming up next, actor and best-selling author Issa Ray.
I'm just confident in what my insecurities are. I'm like, this is part of me. These are my flaws. And that's just part of who I am.
And later, have you heard about gaucho cowboy boots or bravery badges? You will want them when you see them. I have the buzziest items that are anything but basic. All that and more only on Shop Today.
Top Story with Tom Llamas. Weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now. Top Story with Tom Llamas. Weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
You get one beautiful life to live. What are you going to do?
This show is so fun, but having you as a positive force means really the world to me.
Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold, okay?
We have this circle of women that love each other.
I decided I'm going to go with the rhythm of life.
And you love riding the wave.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric.
Yeah.
I love you too.
Good morning. Welcome to Today.
I love mornings. They're full of possibility. And how you start your day sets the tone for the whole day.
To have you along with us.
We need to pull up one extra chair at the table.
We feel like we're right there with you.
Just ahead, in this half hour, we're going to introduce you to...
Because every day we start our morning so you can take on yours.
The general election is right around the corner. It's time to plan your vote. We'll provide everything you need to know to successfully cast your ballot. Just select any state you want to learn about, and you'll instantly get voting rules. See the next big deadline, learn how to take action for your plan, and even help others make their plans. Voting rules have changed since 2020, and those rules vary from state to state. So it's time to get planning for November. Visit NBCnews.com/planyourvote today.
Welcome back to Shop Today. This episode is all about refreshing and resetting. And there's no one more impressive to get us motivated and inspired than megastar, actor, writer, director, and producer Issa Ray. Seriously, what can't she do? We sat down for an honest and hilarious conversation. Plus, she shares her new role, entrepreneur, that is sure to have fans buzzing. Take a look. First of all, it's so nice to meet you. And thank you for being here and for bringing your positive energy into the room. Everyone's so excited to have you here.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Third Emmy nomination. When I say that, what comes to your mind?
Just grateful as hell, because it was unexpected and it's our last season. So to have that nod is just super special.
But now, as an executive producer, and we're hoping there are cameos from you in Rap Blank. Rap Beep. What was your mission with Rap Blank?
My mission was first and foremost to create a show that I wanted to watch. And I love rap, and I love female rappers in particular. I love the energy and the way their songs make you feel. And I want to have a show that embodied that and a show that represented this moment in time.
What would you tell your younger self?
I would tell her that it gets better to stop comparing your journey to others, because that was big for me. So I'd be like, take your time, make sure the work is good, keep your head down, and don't worry.
Like, stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane and make your own lane.
What was your biggest insecurity and what is your biggest insecurity?
Ooh, what was my biggest insecurity then? I can't describe it, but it was just a sense of self. Like, I just wasn't comfortable in my own skin. And now my biggest insecurity, it all has to do with career stuff. Like, how much time I have, even in releasing new projects. Like with Rap Blank, there was a fear behind that, but it diminishes over time. I think as I get older, what I realize is I'm just confident in what my insecurities are. I'm like, this is part of me, these are my flaws, and that's just part of who I am, so.
I mean, you've basically done everything imaginable. Is there something we don't know about you, or a question you kind of wish people would ask you about like a hidden talent?
I wish I had hidden talents. I definitely want to explore like, my Senegalese, my French side more. And that's something that like, I want to explore in terms of projects, in terms of work. My accent is still struggly and I have a long way to No. I have a long way to go. That's my insecurity, is my French accent. But like, that's a goal for me to cross over.
Before we bring Hannah in, you're actually related. I work with my family, and I love that you started a line with your sister-in-law.
I watched her build this product from the ground up, and I tried every iteration of the product, and it's only gotten better. And this is my line.
Is there a wrap around Sienna Naturals yet, or a little jingle?
I'll give you one jingle right now. Sienna Naturals.
I love it.
You're welcome.
Well, Hannah, thank you for joining us. And you heard the jingle. What did you think about it?
I mean, I love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I love it. So, yeah.
We're just going to trademark it.
We're going in the studio.
Thank you.
Hannah, tell us about Sienna Naturals and the purpose as to why you created this.
In many ways, I feel like I made Sienna Naturals for 9-year-old me. My mom's instinct was to go to the natural food store to buy not only our food, but also our personal care and our hair care. And often those products made my hair feel worse or actually become damaged from the products themselves. As a child, I think I internalized it as there's something wrong with me and my hair. And as I grew up and became an adult, I realized this is an industry problem. Everyone deserves clean products that perform for them.
So this relationship, you are married to Issa's brother, which is how you were introduced to the line.
Like I said, I watched her make these products in their kitchen, and I've been the guinea pig so many times for her products and seen them develop over time. And you use them for your entire family, for our nieces and nephews. Like, they are ingrained in our family.
Okay, let me get into this little perfect wash day ritual quiz. Wash day ritual quiz.
What I love about this is that you start with a quiz. Like, not every product is for every person.
Yeah, so Sienna Naturals, really the value of the products is to restore the health of your hair and scalp through what we call a wash day ritual. And we are able to customize those wash day rituals depending on your needs, your hair type, and how you most often wear your hair.
You put together a kit, both full size and travel size. Let's start with the shampoo.
Happy Shampoo is really designed, and most of our products have ingredients that go toward the benefit of the scalp and benefit of the hair. So there's actually an active ingredient that helps to retain moisture and hydrate the scalp. The next step in the wash day ritual is going to be the Plant Power Hair Mask. And this is our hardest working mask product.Its purpose is not only to moisturize the hair, but also to help strengthen the hair.
I constantly have different hairstyles. And so for me, this is part of my routine because my hair is constantly stressed.
Okay, so then tell me the next step.
So step 3 is our Do Magic leave-in conditioner. One thing about this leave-in conditioner is it's actually very lightweight. And so it tends to be a lot slipperier and a lot more liquidy than a typical leave-in conditioner would be.
I even feel like you could see it on my hand. And then step 4.
Step 4, we have 2 oils in our rituals. One is the Lock and Seal, which is really to help seal in moisture and protect the hair. And then in other rituals, we also have our Daily Elixir, which is another fan favorite.
And then organically, you said, I need
styling products and I need a curl cream. You know, it's great to have hair health, but you can't just be walking around willy-nilly. So she was open to that and developed this curl cream. I have tons of videos that I've sent her trying each iteration.
It was really a co-creation. And man, Issa feedback videos are something. I wish I could share them with the world.
Can you share them?
No, I've been sworn to secrecy. They're in the vault. But the challenge here was, you know, at Sienna Naturals, we don't formulate with any petroleum-based ingredients. We don't formulate with silicones. We actually ended up finding this plant-based cellulose technology that works to revive curl memory and help bring back your curl pattern. So thanks, Issa, for pushing us.
I didn't even know all that.
So it's such a beautiful result of our partnership. And this is our latest product, our first styling product. And
more to come.
Well, you're both so lovely, and you could tell energetically how beautiful your relationship is as family members, but also as colleagues. And it's amazing to be able to put those 2 things together.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks to Issa, who had me laughing the entire time, and I'm sure you too. And that was such a great conversation. To shop her items and see more of her line, scan the QR code below or head to today.com/shopallday. Well, next, my favorite buzzworthy products, including fun new bravery badges that are perfect for back to school, coming up only on Shop Today.
Now Tonight with Joshua Johnson, streaming weeknights at 8 on NBC News Now.
You get one beautiful life to live. What are you going to do?
This show is so fun, but having you as a positive force means really the world to me.
Jenna doesn't stop till it's sold, okay?
We have this circle of women that love each other.
I decided I'm going to go with the rhythm of life.
And you love riding the wave.
This is a moment we're in right now. This is really electric. Yeah, I love you too.
The general election is right around the corner. It's time to plan your vote. We'll provide everything you need to know to successfully cast your ballot. Just select any state you want to learn about, and you'll instantly get voting rules. See the next big deadline, learn how to take action for your plan, and even help others make their plans. Voting rules have changed since 2020, and those rules vary from state to state. So it's time to get planning for November. Visit NBCnews.com/plan your vote today.
Hallie Jackson Now, weekdays at 5 on NBC News Now.
Hey, podcast fans, ready to unlock our true crime mysteries? Try Dateline Premium on Apple Podcasts. You'll get early access to originals, plus bonus content, and everything is ad-free. So head to Apple Podcasts now to subscribe.
Welcome back. Well, we are going back to the basics as we get ready for fall. And now it's time for the buzziest items in everything from fashion to footwear. Let's jump right in with one of our exclusive deals, the Love Token Rebecca sweater. As we look ahead, this will easily become your go-to fall essential. The fit is slightly off the shoulder, which I love, with an exaggerated sleeve detail. And this one's right on trend. It's so stylish, you might even get excited for those cooler temperatures so you could show it off. The Love Token Rebecca sweater comes in 5 colors, including black, ivory, and oatmeal, and runs from extra small to extra large. Very stylish, and I love the sleeve. The retail price is $149. The deal, get this, $58. That's 61% off. Also makes a great gift. Next up, I'm loving this, even with a sundress, cowboy boots. They've stepped into the social media spotlight, so meet the affordable Coconuts Gaucho cowboy boot. These mid-calf boots are instant classics and come in white and brown. If you are looking for an easy way to try the trend, step into a pair of these and walk out in style. The Coconuts Gaucho cowboy boots go for just under $70. If you have longer hair like me, there are times when you need to clip it away from your face, and these Magic Sky hair claw clips make it easy. They are made of acrylic, resin, and alloy, and according to the brand, the clamps are non-slip, so your hair will hold firmly. They won't slip out. Don't you hate it when you put in the clip and then it doesn't hold your hair? Well, this will solve that problem. You get 4 different colors for $8.99, so share with your friends or keep them around the house. So when you need them, they are everywhere. Just loving these. And lastly, we all need bandages for those boo-boos from time to time. And I just love having these in the house when something goes wrong because you can make it playful. They are called Welly Bravery Badges. Who wouldn't want to stick these on? From ice cream to unicorns to dinosaurs and peculiar pets, these bravery badges are anything but ordinary. You can even repurpose the stackable tins. And according to the brand, the bandages are free from common allergens, including latex and silicone. The boxes start at just $7.99. Well, that wraps up my buzzworthy products. Let's go through them one more time. We have the Love Token Rebecca sweater, the Coconuts Gaucho cowboy boots, the Magic Sky hair claw clips, and the Welly Bravery badges. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Shop Today with me, Jill Martin. I hope you had fun going back to the basics in style. And don't forget, you can always shop the items from today's show by simply scanning the QR code below or text SHOP to 34318 or visit our site the old-fashioned way at today.com/shopallday. A big thank you to superstar actor, producer, and best-selling author Issa Ray for joining us to talk about her Sienna Naturals line. And I hope that each of these not-so-basic basics brighten up your season as we head into fall. We'll see you back here next time with more of my favorites and deals only on Shop Today. Goodbye, everyone.